A Pittsburgh police officer shot a man last night in Lincoln, Leamington, Belmar. Police were called to the 6,000 block of Lyric Street around 8:40 p.m., where three men were reportedly arguing in the street and threatening to pull guns. Allegheny County Police Assistant Superintendent Victor Joseph said when the officers arrived, they found a man with a gun who was told numerous times to drop it.
The male refused and turned abruptly in the officer's direction. One officer discharged his weapon, striking the male.
The man was taken to a hospital in critical condition. The Pittsburgh officer who shot him is on administrative leave, and Allegheny County Police are investigating. Also being investigated is a fatal hit-and-run incident overnight in Kennedy Township. An officer on patrol found a 72-year-old McKees Rocks man along the 1600 block of Pine Hollow Road around 12:15 a.m. Wayne McGinley was declared dead at a hospital. Investigators are trying to get a description of the vehicle involved. Shoppers unexpectedly cut their spending in July. Retail sales slipped by 0.6% last month. It's the biggest drop since May of 2025. Today's Commerce Department release says the drop followed a bump in spending back in April and May as Americans received their tax refunds. Right now on Wall Street, the Dow is ahead 16 points at 53,856. The S&P is up 8 points, and the Nasdaq is ahead by 11. A developer is applying to start construction of a data center at the former Pitt International Race Complex. Las Vegas-based developer Switch Data Centers plans to build 3 buildings totaling just over 600,000 square feet. Big Beaver Borough's Planning Committee will hold its first official meeting on the application on August 27th. A new exhibit at Acrisure Stadium looks back at the city's record-setting NFL draft as Pittsburgh's mayor looks ahead to its lasting impact. Here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
The Steelers Hall of Honor is now showcasing the NFL Draft 26 exhibit, featuring a look back at the 3-day event that drew a record 805,000 people. Mayor Corey O'Connor spoke at the exhibit's opening Thursday and says the draft also opened the eyes of potential investors to what Pittsburgh has to offer.
When it comes to businesses that are looking now at Pittsburgh, because they didn't know that we had all of these AI, robotics, life sciences right in our backyard, now we're competing on that worldwide stage because they came to Pittsburgh for the draft.
O'Connor says the goal now is to keep that momentum going and to get those decision makers to visit Western Pennsylvania. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A new clock is in place at the entrance to the Peters Township Municipal Complex. The old one on East McMurray Road stopped working years ago. Funding for the new clock came from a $25,000 grant from the Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency. KDKA Sports, the Pirates will start a weekend series with the Red Sox tonight at 6:40. Bubba Chandler starts for the Bucks. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:03. Time to call Highwood Cemetery to ensure your family's grave sites are protected now and in the future. 412-766-6600. 72 and overcast in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Suffering from peripheral neuropathy? Learn how over 15,000 sufferers regain their comfort, mobility, and quality of life with Tri-State Neuropathy Center's successful treatment plan that is FDA cleared, non-invasive, and drug-free. Here's Sean Ritchie, DC, and Tri-State's founder about one of their many satisfied patients.
One thing I like about having the most effective treatment protocol on the market for peripheral neuropathy is the stories that we hear. Like Karen from Export. She suffered with neuropathy for 3 years, and it got so bad that she couldn't even wear her normal shoes. In fact, she got rid of them and can only wear Skechers. After going through the program, now she's able to wear any shoes she wants, and she's very disappointed that she got rid of all her other shoes.
Tri-State Neuropathy Centers helped Karen. Let them help you next. Call 724-940-9000 for an initial free consultation. That's 724-940-9000. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, the leader in treating peripheral neuropathy. Learn more at marydanston.com.
KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be warm and humid with clouds and some hazy sun at times, along with a passing shower, the high 81. Partly cloudy tonight, though 65. A mix of sun and clouds and warm tomorrow, high 84. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Friday. With one of my boys. Well, he used to be one of my boys. He's too rich and famous now and too skinny, so he doesn't return my texts. But he was one of my boys. But you look good, sir. Mr. Bazzi.
Hello, Marty.
Mr. Icon.
That's pretty funny. I do return your texts.
No, you don't. You want to go through them?
No, I actually return one, and then 500 more come.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty hard to respond to everyone.
Here's why I love Bazzi. If he needs you, he's in your you-know-what. If he doesn't, he's a ghost. While one of my... We go way the blank back. Do we not, sir?
We do, Marty.
And together, because I love him, because he can't say no, we have helped so many people. It's just in your DNA, isn't it?
You know, people ask that question all the time. I don't know.
I do.
I imagine.
Because you had...
I mean, you just asked me a question. Am I satisfied? I'm never satisfied.
But you were poor growing up, and...
I wasn't poor.
You weren't rich.
We weren't rich. We weren't poor.
But I grew
up in Munhall.
Right, down Munhall. And so you like having the ability to make the difference in people's lives that you couldn't then, right?
You know, and yes... And there's a lot of different roads to this end result, I think. One of them is, and I might have said this, you know, sometimes my answer is even different. Depends on what I remember.
Yeah.
What I remember when I was a long time ago, and I was the director of entertainment and special events for Caesars.
Yep.
Right? You know that story?
Of course.
And I would sit next to, at the Baccarat table, an ex-NFL owner.
Yep.
And would watch millions of dollars of chips in front of him. And my first thought was, I mean, do you realize what you could do with that? Do you realize how many communities you could help? You could build a city with that 10 million in front of you. And that really opened up my eyes and thought, you know, if I ever have the opportunity to do that, it's what I'm going to do.
Heavy is the head, brother, that wears the crown.
I don't know about the crown, but it really just opened my eyes, and that was one of the things that took me down this road. And, you know, we also say, if you have the ability, then you have the responsibility. And that's a pillow, you know, that's on a couch pillow.
It's actually fascinating. Something as rudimentary as a backpack, a lot of kids can't afford them. They end up with torn, beat up, dirty, nasty backpacks. And so, once again, you're filling a void. Is that why you particularly chose the backpack to make this event so important, sir?
I mean, we chose backpacks. Bubba, I was looking for Bubba and Melanie. We chose them because we and our kids, first of all, the first thing I'll say is you realize 33% of the students in our area, 33% are not equipped. They do not have the tools, the essential tools.
I believe you, brother.
33%. And there's a probability of success for those children. Josh, help me. What is the percentage of kids that succeed because of that they have the proper tools?
Josh, introduce yourself, Baz.
I just took over.
Josh?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hey, thank you.
So my name is Josh Whiteside. I'm the executive director over at the Education Partnership. And what I said earlier was it goes from a 0 number chance of success to a non-zero number chance of success. If you can get a child who's not showing up at school because they didn't have the clothes or the food or the snacks, and now you get them into school, let alone get them the supplies that they need to then actually advance in school, dare I say, enjoy school, that child's chance of success is exponentially higher than what it would have been without. Yeah, it's crayons and markers, but it's anything that kid needs.
And it's the 33% of our students do not.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Surprise. Wait, do I know you? You use your Discover cashback card to earn 5% cashback on restaurants all quarter.
Yeah.
Now, it's payback time.
Whoa, hold on.
Go ahead.
Oh, you mean my Discover cashback.
I told you there'd be payback.
You know, you have a weird way of delivering good news.
I'm working on that.
Activate and earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases.
Terms apply. See discover.com/5 for details.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. That's a common misconception. Battles are won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. Promises to oneself.
This is a physical training event!
Promises to one's community.
Healthy people move debris out of their house.
Promises to one's country. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise forever kept. A promise of battles won.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
When you get a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, things get real.
And nobody understands that better than the Parkinson's Foundation. All across the country, we provide resources and support in the fight against Parkinson's, a neurological disease that affects movement.
The Parkinson's Foundation is dedicated to improving care and advancing research towards a cure.
And when you call our helpline, you'll speak to a real person who can help you find the right information. Because while living with Parkinson's can be challenging, there are things you can do to improve your quality of life. So, whether you're newly diagnosed, have been living with Parkinson's for years, or caring for a loved one,
When Parkinson's gets real, find real answers at the Parkinson's Foundation.
go to parkinson.org or call our helpline at 1-800-4PD-INFO, 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
And as we're looking out with the AAA traffic, we do have some slowdowns for you still on this Friday morning. The commute coming inbound on the Parkway West is one where you have some slow-go traffic pretty much the whole way down the front side of Green Tree Hill, fitting into those Fort Pitt tunnels. If you're on the other side of 376 heading westbound or outbound, that's a great ride out toward Pittsburgh International if you are getting out of town for the weekend. Speaking of the weekend and the Parkway East downtown, want to give you this heads up if you are planning to be out and about early on Saturday and Sunday mornings. We're talking 6 a.m. to noon each day. You'll find that 376 will be a single lane in each direction right around the Grant Street interchange. That's exit 71A as they do some bridge inspection there. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
As parents, we have a million things running through our minds. Playdates, checkups, groceries, laundry, diapers, work, carpool schedules, picture day, swim team, did we mention diapers, birthday parties, meal prep, lost permission slips, dentist appointments, and the dog that still needs to be walked. So it's easy to make a mistake. Oh, I forgot birthday candles. Sit tight, hon, I'll be right back. We say we'd never put our kids in danger by leaving them in the car alone. Oh, wait, since when are candles not on the baking aisle? But never happens. And temperatures as low as 60 degrees can be deadly for children left behind. So always bring them with you, and every time you park the car, stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
When you get a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, things get real.
And nobody understands that better than the Parkinson's Foundation. All across the country, we provide resources and support in the fight against Parkinson's, a neurological disease that affects movement.
The Parkinson's Foundation is dedicated to improving care and advancing research towards a cure.
And when you call our helpline, you'll speak to a real person who can help you find the right information. Because while living with Parkinson's can be challenging, there are things you can do to improve your quality of life. So, whether you're newly diagnosed, have been living with Parkinson's for years, or caring for a loved one,
when Parkinson's gets real, find real answers at the Parkinson's Foundation.
Go to parkinson.org or call our helpline at 1-800-4PD-INFO, 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
Hi, I'm Peter Sagal. When we were growing up, my two brothers and I just loved our Uncle Ted. He was like a really cool big brother who always brought around the best toys and took us to the best places and with whom we always had the most fun. It was odd, though, when we got older, to realize he wasn't nearly as outgoing and adventurous with other adults. I found out much later that this might have had something to do with the ostomy bag he wore ever since he was diagnosed with Crohn's disease as a teenager and had part of his lower intestine removed. Theodor Skolnick, my Uncle Ted, died last year at the age of 80, never having once mentioned his illness to me or my brothers. He left a large bequest to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation to help fund better treatments for these diseases and also to help other people, old and young, seek and get help for the situation that he was never able to talk about. Don't feel you need to hide your Crohn's or colitis. Go to spillyourguts.org to learn more about the treatments available and even find a specialist. That's spillyourguts.org.
I'm pediatric allergist Dr. Carla Davis. If your child has asthma, let's take a breath together and talk about it. Does your child need to use a quick relief inhaler or a breathing treatment more than twice a week to treat asthma? Has your child repeatedly awakened at night due to coughing, wheezing, or shortness of breath? Have you taken your child to the emergency room, urgent care, or hospital for asthma symptoms? Has your child missed school because of asthma? If you said yes to any of these questions, it's time to talk to an allergy and asthma specialist like me, who understands how difficult and frustrating it is to see your child struggle with asthma every single day. The good news is there are new ways and new medications to help you and your child take control of asthma and live an active life. If you feel your child's asthma is not under control, go to controlyourasthma.org.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, it's Marty. We're live in Western. I apologize, folks. We're having some issues. It happens. We're live at Schultz Ford. I'm here with Richard Bazzi, who's actually one of my favorite people on earth. We've been friends for, man, we're getting old, brother. It's been almost 20 years that we've been hanging out, right?
We've done some great things together, Marty.
Can't hear him. Bazzi.
We've done some great things, Marty, together.
Bazzi has never said no. Sometimes, and I'm not disparaging the fact that people need help, but sometimes it gets a bit overwhelming because so many people see that you're so kind, so they want more. It's tough sometimes to kind of sort of say no, right? Because it's endless.
It's I got to tell you, I get a lot of emails every day.
Yep.
And you and I talked about this a long time ago.
We have many times, yeah.
And because you get a great number, I get a great number, and a lot of times I'll just park that email because I'm not really sure how to respond to it.
Yeah.
And then I think, well, I can't do everything. And then I park that email, and at the end of the week I come back and look at all the emails I've gotten and think, okay, there's an extra 10 people here. I have to do something. I might not do what they want. I might not give them a free car.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do something.
I want to grab Josh again, Whiteside.
Much Whiteside, Education Partnership.
Yeah, my man. This is a portion of the need, but we have to look at it a bigger picture. There is much more attention has to be paid to attention and the kids that are suffering, right? To education.
Absolutely. And you know, a lot of the work that we do at the Education Partnership actually focuses on and hinges on the success of the educators.
Nice.
The teachers in those classrooms are the linchpin for that student being successful. So whether that classroom has the best rugs and light fixtures and paper and Chromebooks, doesn't matter if you don't have a great teacher. That's the difference maker. And if that teacher has relationships with their students and they understand the things that they need in the classroom or otherwise, or they believe in that kid, or they at least can talk to that kid because they show up and they can figure out that they are into journaling or art. Like, that is what makes the difference. And teachers are a dying profession.
Oh, I love them.
They are a profession in danger. As society, we devalued them over the last 20 years.
True.
And if we can get great teachers back in the classroom, teaching with all of the resources they need, and not saying you have to go buy your own desk chair, you have to buy your own Lysol wipes, you got to buy your own this. No, you give them those things and let them teach. Not be crisis mitigators, not be social service workers. We ask them to do that. Let them teach.
Hey, Bazzi, what are the rules that you use to pick something like this? Like, what makes you decide on backpacks, sir?
I don't have rules.
Come on, man. What are we doing? No?
I don't have rules, Marty. The backpacks, I think we talked about that, I think, right?
Yeah.
And the evolution of the backpacks and how it was born in the fact that our own children get new backpacks every year, and it's like a new model. The next year they want the new model, and so some of those backpacks were not being fully used. So we took them and said, let's take these backpacks and let's collect them and donate them. We met Josh from the Education Partnership, and it just has continued to grow. But the one thing I want to talk about to your teachers, I mean, giving them and having the kids have all the right tools. But I'll tell you, I think that kid's success, and it's not social services, I get it, but is someone taking an interest in that kid. Mm-hmm. Whether it is
true.
And whether it's a pencil, a book bag, a backpack, no matter what it is, that kid's life can change because somebody cares. Now, you can't find that very often that somebody really deeply cares.
Right on.
If you do, that child's probability of success, and define success any way you want, whether it's growing up and happily married and 3.2 kids and a white picket fence, or president of a company. Whatever success looks like to them, they have a better chance of achieving that if they've peppered themselves along the way with people who care. And it's back to the relationships,
Richard,
right?
you hit the nail on the head. This is somebody that I admire a lot in the education space, who has given me a lot of good advice and who has provided a lot of support through their role. I said, what is the thing? What's the thing that you could fix?
Yeah.
You see funding and philanthropy from a different vantage point.
Right.
They said one caring adult.
There you go.
If every kid has one caring adult,
true, man.
their chance of success.
It is unbelievable. It really is. And just take it the way we live our lives.
Yeah.
I mean, if we connect with somebody, and no matter what it is, we connect with somebody, that relationship flourishes. And we connect with somebody because we have the ability to communicate. We care. And when you care, and people don't care what you know until they know that you care, right? And it just changes the world. Then add on the backpacks, then add on the pencils and all that. But if I care about you and I say, Marty, I see you're having a hard time. Tell me about it. What's that look like? How can I help? Well, you can help. Okay. Well, tell me about your life, right? And then you continue to develop and get into that relationship with that kid or that adult. And that's the people you end up listening to, trusting, and respecting.
At the end of the day, it takes a lot more than a backpack, but this is a hell of a place to start, brother.
It does. It does. But, boy, this is fun. And it's unbelievable to watch. I'm watching cars go in and out of here, and it's just unbelievable. We set the goal of 10,000 because I wanted 10,000 to be that number that was like an oh my God number. Like people say, well, my goodness, how did you come up with the number 10,000?
Right.
Well, it's better than 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000, right? And I wanted to really wake everybody up to say, wow, we thought we were doing a great job when we got 1,000. Then we thought we were doing a great job when we got 2,000. And I went in and blew that up. I just said, no, we aren't doing a great job. I'm going to tell you, I made a lot of people mad at this radio station because I said, you're failing. We're not doing a good job. Well, that hurt people's feelings. And you know what? They're the same people today that go, boy, I'm so glad we set that 10,000 backpack.
Oh, it's wonderful, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's fact.
Bazzi has never said no. Buying trucks for a cancer-ridden state trooper.
Marty, that's one of the things we did.
That's how we met.
Yeah, that's how we met. And that was pretty cool. But we did that. Then we did the car that was in pieces down here. Remember that?
Yep. You helped this little girl who was since passed, and her mother and her family.
I can't even talk about her.
And then your turkeys. And Richard Bazzi, you're my man, brother. I love this event.
Yeah, I love
Josh,
it too.
We're going to be friends,
Josh.
man. I love education
he's
important to my show and
he's
to our
brilliant,
audience.
and he cares.
He gives a damn. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Marty.
We're live. We'll be right back. Hey, folks, it's Marty. Look, with Medicare, this is important stuff, and there's never one size fits all. That's the beauty of MediConnect. That's why I love the company. The folks at MediConnect, they'll sit down with you in your home or in the office, anywhere you wish, to answer Medicare questions and compare plans with your current situation. There is never, ever a fee for their services. And they got 70 different plans. Medicare made simple. MediConnect, 888-818-6334.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Tune in this Sunday morning at 8 for the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market team when they discuss how to store and cook with herbs and spices. It's the Coons Cooking Hour, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
72 with overcast skies at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. An environmental advocacy group is raising concerns about bacteria levels in Pennsylvania waterways, including the Mon and Allegheny rivers. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
A new Penn Environment report finds potentially unsafe levels of fecal bacteria at 55% of 653 monitored waterways statewide in 2024 and 2025. 4 waterways flagged for persistent risk include the Delaware River in Philadelphia, Brandywine Creek in Delaware County, the Monongahela River in Allegheny County, and the Allegheny River in Venango County. The group says sewage overflow, stormwater runoff, and agricultural waste are among the major sources of contamination. Pennsylvania was one of 17 states included in the center's national report. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Well, as students get ready to return to classrooms, a statewide ban on cell phones in schools is on hold in Harrisburg. State lawmakers need to work out differences on bills passed by the House and Senate. In fact, Senator Devlin Robinson has been fighting for a ban and has spoken to parents and teachers about that.
They seem to agree that the phone is really distracting students, and it's bringing down test scores, and it's creating a lot of problems in school.
Robinson says he expects an agreement on a cell phone ban in schools before the legislative session ends in November. Well, forget back-to-school season for a moment. The major retailers are already rolling out their Halloween displays. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Schulze.
This is all part of the Summerween trend, the holiday creeping and crawling earlier each year as retailers compete to attract cost-conscious shoppers. That new inflation report out this week shows that there were some pretty spooky price increases. Candy up nearly 10% in the past year. The treat is that home decorations are down 4.5%.
Right now on Wall Street, the Dow is down 46 points at 53,794. The S&P is down 7 points. The NASDAQ is down 63. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:32. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Dollar General.
If you're working on the company laptop, you should know your boss is peeking over your digital shoulder.
It's ubiquitous.
Rick Cobb of the workplace consulting firm 2Discern says workplace surveillance has always been around, but it got a digital boost.
Roughly 76% of large North American companies record some form of employee activity on their work devices.
But that could erode employee trust. I'm Rob Hart.
Back to school season is here, and Dollar General has everything you need to start the school year strong. Don't forget to grab a pair of bright yellow sunglasses from the Yellow Glasses Project for just $2. Every purchase makes a difference, with 100% of proceeds helping support teachers, classrooms, and nonprofit organizations working to improve reading and literacy skills across the country. Stop by Dollar General today and shine bright with the Yellow Glasses Project, available now at Dollar General. The Yellow Glasses Project is a program of the Dollar General Literacy
Are
Foundation.
your glass shower doors past their prime, dated, tarnished, faded, or maybe just boring? Transform your shower into a spa-like retreat with a customized glass shower enclosure from Boulevard Glass and Metal. Check out their easy, hassle-free quote request online at boulevardglassandmetal.com. Simply pick a layout, answer a few questions, and send it. They'll get back to you with a price. Or call 412-621-1799.
So, at Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, they help people move with less pain and more confidence. I've seen it. In fact, Physical has helped Pittsburgh get back on its feet with confidence through personalized one-to-one physical therapy and advanced balance treatment. It's amazing. The therapists use leading technology and customized care plans, focus on balance, neuropathy, and pain relief. You get back to doing the things you love safely and confidently. Call Monroeville Physical, 412-457-8200, 412-457-8200. Marty here for Salem's Market and Grill in the Strip. Last time, when I mentioned how delicious the hamburgers are at Salem's, I left out the best part. It's about their crispy French fries. They won't make it out of the parking lot. And you got to check out their meat selection. I'm serious. Their butchers cut to order steaks, lamb, chicken, all locally sourced. SalemsMarket.com, 2923 Penn Avenue in the Strip. Trust me, it's worth the trip to Salem's. Free parking, too.
Time to get that painting project done that you've been putting off by calling CertaPro Painters. Hi, this is Larry Richard. My first experience more than a decade ago started with a free estimate. They got that done quickly and left the place beautifully cleaned up after a great professional job. And Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. That makes all the difference in the world. You're talking to the owner. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, I'm Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we have a thanks going out to a tipster who gave us a buzz about an accident that just happened on the outbound lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge. It looks like an ambulance is now rolled up on the scene. This is on the left lane as you take the ramp to West Carson Street. So you're coming across the Fort Pitt Bridge, and it's that second from the right lane as you're heading for the tunnels. And so for a while there, folks didn't even realize there was a car sitting there until they were right on top of it. There's debris on the roadway, and so certainly sluggish traffic then as you're passing by that to try to get into the outbound tunnels, with approaches from Fort Duquesne Bridge area and the Parkway East quickly slowing there. Very slow for you as well on the Parkway West inbound. No accidents there, but you have sluggish traffic beginning at the top of Green Tree Hill. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds and a few intervals of hazy sun for the rest of today. It'll be warm and humid with a stray shower, mainly early, the high 81. Partly cloudy tonight, though 65. Partly sunny and warm tomorrow, high 84. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Pittsburgh Regional Transit is now hiring full-time bus drivers. It's a great place to accelerate your career. We offer great pay and terrific benefits like healthcare, paid vacation time, dental, vision, and more. We're even offering a starting bonus for those who qualify. Call 412-566-5162 to pre-register for our upcoming hiring event on August 21st, 2026. Candidates may receive an offer that same day. Go to rideprt.org/careers to learn more. PRT is an equal opportunity employer.
Life's best moments start with perfect choices. For Connie Nowak, it was a trolley ride and a 67-year love story. A life of family, smart decisions, and companionship with Chester the cat. Her retirement choice? The Village at St. Barnabas. Recreation, healthcare, close to family, everything on her list. Plus, it's an exceptional retirement value with a flexible entry process and affordable rates. St. Barnabas Retirement Communities, stbarnabascommunities.com, or call 724-444-5568.
Join Allegheny County for the Summer Concert Series with free live music all season long at Harwood Acres and South Park amphitheaters. Bring a blanket, bring your friends, and come hungry. Local food trucks, Black Dog Winery, and Hop Farm Brewing Company will be on site starting at 6 p.m. Concerts kick off at 7:30. No tickets, no cost, just great music and even better vibes. Your summer soundtrack starts here. Visit AlleghenyCounty.us/summer for the full lineup.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
We're live at Full Court all the day. A hell of an event. Bazzi and Bubba, unbelievable commitment to education and children. Dispersing 10,000 backpacks. It's a movement. It's a moment. It's a beautiful thing. And I admire and respect the hell out of their commitment and their compassion and their willingness to do it. Something I've spent a lot of time on is downtown Pittsburgh. And the men and women that own businesses in downtown Pittsburgh that have had enough with downtown Pittsburgh. And until you try to thrive and or survive in downtown Pittsburgh right now as a business owner, you have no friggin' idea. Really cool jazz club that I went to several times with my wife. So desperate to stay open. Insanely good food, insanely good music. But vagrants, homelessness, drug addicts, criminals, ruining their business. They've had to go to Facebook to try and keep the doors open. It is that difficult to thrive and survive in the arts district. From a man who works his tail off, from a man, all he wants to do is survive. in the Arts District. My friend Sinan, how are you, sir? How are you?
Good, how are you?
This is a ridiculous scenario for you, isn't it? Just trying to get by in downtown Pittsburgh right now. Are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
Tell me about this video. Tell me what happened and how frustrating it is to try and manage a business in downtown Pittsburgh.
Hey, Marty. So that happened is Tuesday. The guy came and stole the tip jar and left. We called 911, what we have to do. We didn't run after him. So nothing happened. Next day, he came and checked out the place again. I see the guy, and then I call 911. I tell him, hey, the guy who already stole my tip jar, he's checking in again, and he's going to come again, do the same thing again. And then finally they send a cop over. He walked right to the 4th Became Boulevard area. I pointed it.
Yep.
The cop went, and 5 minutes later, the guy showed up again. They're looking at my window to do the same action. So I called them again, and they say, oh, he has a right to walk around. I was like, he has a right to walk around, but who's going to give the protection to my business? So he stole my money. I need my money. I have a right to ask my money back. And I don't want him to do it again. And since that, I haven't heard anything. And guys still around, walking around, looking at my window. And I can now leave my cash register to go to the preps, do my own works.
It's unbelievable. Tell folks the name of your business.
Sultan. Döner baklava.
And it's fantastic food. It's fantastic service. And he does it with commitment, dedication, and love. But the situation downtown has made it exceedingly difficult for you to survive, hasn't it, sir?
I don't know what to do. I don't know what is the next step. And I have a hope when we had a new mayor, things going to change, but it's not going further. The population of homeless in our area keep increasing. And I understand if they need a mental help, they're not going to get that help on the street. And we're not going to keep up with it.
So you have on video, folks, and it's on our social. This guy walks in, steals your tip jar, and walks out. You have him on tape. You call the cops, say he's right here. Do they come and arrest him, sir?
No, nobody came.
No one came?
No.
It has to be very difficult for you to think, why am I here, right? Why am I here?
You know, the question is, who's supposed to protect us? Who's going to protect my door? Who's going to protect my employee? I have a dining people that time in my shop. They don't have to see those kind of crimes happening in front of them. They come to enjoy their dinner or lunch. And I want to just cook them, serve them, leave them happy with great food, great experience.
In his restaurants on 6th Street, right in the heart of the Arts District, you had to take your chairs inside because folks were trying to eat lunch outside, and they were being harassed by the homeless and the mentally ill and the drug addicts, right?
Exactly. I don't set my tables out there anymore because either I have to kick the all-day homeless out to my tables, or they're just going to keep asking my customers money or bother them.
Do you feel as if the new mayor has made any difference? It sounds like no.
That's what I was hoping.
But nothing.
Nothing changed on that area.
And did they come by and ask for your video and then go and arrest this guy that you have on tape stealing money from your store? Did they ask for the video and go arrest him?
So what I did, I had a phone call report from police officer. I upload the images there to the police officers. I haven't heard anything yet, and the guy's still around.
Nothing. And this was Tuesday.
Now we are in Friday. So 5 days, like 4 days passed, nothing going on. Nothing happened.
And the guy is still around wandering in front of your business?
Definitely.
At some point,
and I
sir,
can
do you
do
say
nothing about it.
nothing? And if you confront him, he can fight you or hurt you.
The guy, he's walking in front of my shop, looking at my place, go bother the other people. And I know he's still my money, and I can't do nothing.
It's unbelievable. How long can you hang in there before you say enough is enough? I'm out.
So my goal is keep serving my food because my client, my customers love our products. And I'm going to try my best to stay here as much as I can. And I have still hope. And I know there's a lot of good people there. And I'm sure if the mayor hears us, he's going to do action. I know it. Hopefully he hears us.
I'm going to send these video clips to the mayor himself and your address to the mayor himself. And let me tell you this, he does care. And we're going to make a difference. And I'm going to stop by there and interview you on video. Is that okay as well?
Absolutely. That's what if he knows, I'm sure he's going to do action.
Give the address to your business again, so if they're listening, they can stop by and arrest this guy. Please, give us the address.
133 6th Street, Pittsburgh, PA 15222, downtown. Right at the culture.
In the name of the business? In the name of the business?
Sultan Doner and Baklava.
By the way, the food is amazing. The service is amazing. My friend, thank you. We're going to help you. We're all in, all right?
Thank you, Marty. I appreciate it.
All right, my man. We'll be right back, folks. I'm the PJ Fitzpatrick, Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic Power Bowser. Tell them what's up.
Okay, Marty, what's up is we have all kinds of crews now on the scene of this earlier accident. It's on the outbound lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge. It's in the left lane as you try to head over toward the ramp for West Carson Street. So right at the split there where the West Carson Street ramp goes off in 2 lanes, it's that left lane that's blocked. So you can still get into the tunnels just fine, but obviously with everything going on there, the approaches to the outbound Fort Pitt Bridge and tunnels are jammed. Coming across, you'll notice slow traffic on the lower deck of the Fort Duquesne Bridge, and the Parkway East now is quickly backing between Grant Street and Stanwyck Street as you approach the outbound tunnel. Inbound, you have delays that greet you before the top of Green Tree Hill the whole way down to and through the inbound tunnel toward town there. And reports of an accident in Oakland heads up at the intersection of Forbes Avenue with Myron Avenue. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Strong communities are built by skilled hands, hands belonging to Pennsylvania laborers. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, and energy projects, union laborers are trained, certified, and committed to getting the job done. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council is building careers with outstanding training, family-supporting wages, excellent benefits, and a safer future for workers across the Commonwealth. Love them. When quality matters, build with union laborers. Learn more about the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council and the professionals who are building every day. Sat in Julian Gray's office for an hour and a half the other day, talked about, okay, if I die, how does my wife manage our assets? Okay, how about this? If I end up in a full-time nursing care facility, $15,000 a month, how do we protect the money in our 401k? How do we protect our house? How do we protect any savings? This is what Julian Gray does for people. It's amazing information. It's critical information. And you must do it. GrayOuterlaw.com, GrayOuterlaw.com. Do it now.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
This report brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times. But when you need us, we are here for you. And we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Marty Griffin. Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free. 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Restrictions apply. Call 412-545-6003. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
We're live at Schultz Ford with half of the Bubba and Bazzi combo. Hi, Bubba.
How are you, Marty?
You been wrestling?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be wrestling at Pittsburgh Brewing in Creighton. Just big comedy festival and wrestling show. Bulk Nasty, Bubba the Bulldog, taking on the presidents for the IWC Tag Team Championship.
Sure, I knew all that.
We're getting our belts back from those dastardly presidents.
Yeah, I've been worried about your belt.
Yeah, my belts.
What's your
tag team belts?
What's your poor wife and your wonderful kids? What do they think about daddy's like 105 years old and he's wrestling?
Proud of me.
No, they're not.
They are so proud of me. They're so proud of me that you have no idea. Just they're overwhelmed.
They're proud that you're a wrestler.
They're proud
getting your ass kicked.
They're proud to see me get superplexed off the top of a cage.
I love that you do it. It's so friggin' cool. Because I've interviewed wrestlers that are jacked up forever.
Yes.
Do you worry about that?
My body's a wreck.
Oh, is it?
Oh my God, my body's a wreck. I'm trying to find a video to share with you, just so you can get a ball. This is me getting my watch this. That's me.
Yeah.
That was 2 months ago, and what he literally kicks the Well, no, watch what he does. He kicks my face off right now. He will literally kick my face off right there.
Oh, he sure did.
And then, but watch what he does to me. So this is the abuse that my body takes. Now, I'm still in that corner. Boom.
Wow.
Look, and one more. Watch him drop me right on my head.
Radio show.
Watch him drop me on my head right there.
The people listening can't see any
I know,
of that,
but you can see it and do play-by-play.
Will you send that to me so that I can send it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need the audience to see that you've lost your mind.
I have lost my mind, Marty.
But.
Yes.
I love this, what you're doing here, man.
Yeah, this is really unbelievable. This is our 12th year.
Wow.
Bazzi and Bubba's Backpack Brigade. Richard laid down the gauntlet this year.
Yeah, I heard
he's at 10,000 backpacks or bust.
Someone said he got ornery.
Richard?
Yeah.
Richard got ornery?
He got angry.
I'm just happy he showed up. He was supposed to be here at 7:30. He showed up at like 8 o'clock.
Sure.
I was like, wow, thanks for gracing us with your presence.
And how many this year? 10,000?
10,000 is the goal. And you know what? Here's what I'm finding interesting this year. So in prior years, we get people to show up with 2 and 3 backpacks, which by the way is great.
Yeah, of course.
But this year we've had people showing up. I got 400. I got 600. I've got 700. That's just unbelievable. I mean, the level of commitment to we had one boy, 19 years old, Nathan. He's been doing this since he was 11 years old. He dropped over 700 backpacks today. Took him over an hour to unload his van.
It's unbelievable, man.
Yep, a 19-year-old young man.
To get a young boy that motivated, brother.
Unbelievable. This is a blessing. You know, with the education partnership, the one thing that we do talk about with them all the time in Josh Whiteside is literally the fact that one backpack will change a person's life. I mean, if you give a young person a backpack and school supplies and they're prepared for school, their GPA will go up. And for every point in GPA, their ability to get a job goes up as well. And that's what we're doing. I mean, because times are tough, man. The world's a rough place right now.
Well, especially in the areas you're discussing in terms of cost and being able to provide. And
have you seen the price of backpacks recently?
how about let's say you take 3 of your kids to Dick's to buy them tennis shoes. You leave there with $600 bill.
It's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy. It really is.
And backpacks are $111.
It's crazy. And then we have people that are showing up with 700
That's
of them.
beautiful, brother.
Right? And I just love everything about this. This is one of my favorite days of the year.
Bobby, you're my man.
I appreciate you.
He's one of my favorite people.
I love you, Marty.
Of all time. My wife really loves him. And Melanie.
Yeah.
Who looks fantastic.
Yeah, she's great. She's doing a show next to us.
We'll be right back, folks. We'll be right back.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you washed that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Nope, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever. Now with odor fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
Every time I've had CertaPro painters do work on my home, I really appreciate their professionalism. They make it worry-free, and it starts with a free estimate, all at the right price. And I love that each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Hi, this is Larry Richard. It's the perfect time to reach out, get CertaPro painters to visit your home. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. You'll be so glad you did. Trust CertaPro Painters.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 73 with mostly cloudy skies at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Pittsburgh has passed the average for August rainfall in less than 2 weeks. So far, the National Weather Service's climate page says 4.16 inches of rain has fallen here in the first 12 days of the month. That's more than a half inch above the monthly average of 3.52 inches. A Pittsburgh police officer shot a man last night in Lincoln Leamington, Belmar. Police were called to the 6,000 block of Lyric Street around 8:40 p.m., where 3 men were reportedly arguing in the street and threatening to pull guns. Allegheny County Police Assistant Superintendent Victor Joseph said when the officers arrived, they found a man with a gun who was told numerous times to drop it.
The male refused and turned abruptly in the officer's direction. One officer discharged his weapon, striking the male.
That man was taken to a hospital in critical condition. The Pittsburgh officer who shot him is on administrative leave. Allegheny County Police are investigating. Also being investigated is a fatal hit-and-run incident overnight in Kennedy Township. An officer on patrol found a 72-year-old McKees Rocks man along the 1600 block of Pine Hollow Road around 12:15. Wayne McKinley was declared dead at a hospital. Now investigators trying to get a description of the vehicle that hit him. A new exhibit at Acrisure Stadium looks back at the city's record-setting NFL draft as Pittsburgh's mayor looks ahead to its lasting impact. Here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
The Stillers Hall of Honor is now showcasing the NFL Draft 26 exhibit, featuring a look back at the 3-day event that drew a record 805,000 people. Mayor Corey O'Connor spoke at the exhibit's opening Thursday and says the draft also opened the eyes of potential investors to what Pittsburgh has to offer.
When it comes to businesses that are looking now at Pittsburgh, because they didn't know that we had all of these AI, robotics, life sciences right in our backyard, now we're competing on that worldwide stage because they came to Pittsburgh for the draft.
O'Connor says the goal now is to keep that momentum going and to get those decision makers to visit Western Pennsylvania. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A new clock is in place at the entrance to the Peters Township Municipal Complex. The old clock on East McMurray Road stopped working years ago, so the funds for the new one came from a $25,000 grant from the Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency. Shoppers unexpectedly cut their spending in July. Retail sales slipped by 0.6% last month. It's the biggest drop since May of 2025. Today's Commerce Department release says the drop followed a bump in spending in April and May as Americans received their tax refunds. The markets are all down right now on Wall Street. The Dow is off by 82 points at 53,758. The S&P is down 9 points. The NASDAQ is down 77. KDKA Sports, the Pirates are starting a weekend series with the Red Sox tonight at 6:40. Bubba Chandler starts for Pittsburgh. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick for your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. It's 73 and cloudy in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and AccuWeather next.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, hired by Mauser. Hello, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we have crews still dealing with an earlier accident on the outbound lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge on the ramp that takes you from that lower deck to West Carson Street. So the left lane is blocked there by the emergency crews and the vehicle involved. So very slow go on the approaches coming from the Fort Duquesne Bridge and also from the Parkway East around Stanwyck Street. And it looks like we might actually have a disabled truck in that far right lane as you're trying to approach that Stanwyck Street off ramp or head over toward the North Shore coming from 376 down in the bathtub section of the city. So watch out for that. It's not moving, and it looks like folks are trying to squeeze around that as well. Parkway West on the inbound ride is greeting you with delays at the top of Green Tree Hill. Parkway East inbound is slow at Edgewood Swissvale. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds and some hazy sun for the rest of today. It'll be warm but humid. A shower in spots mainly early, the high 81. Partly cloudy, mild tonight, though 65. A mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, high 84. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This report brought to you by NJM Insurance.
If you dread dealing with your insurance more than you dread build-it-yourself furniture with extremely vague instructions.
What are these? Hieroglyphics?
Then you might have insuranoia. You should have NJM Insurance. They go to great lengths to do what's best for their policyholders.
The following is an editorial by KDKA Radio Regional Vice President Michael Spacciapoli.
This week, Allegheny County's Government Review Commission weighed in on an issue that has persisted for decades: property reassessments. The 9-member board, which is designed to look at government operations, is recommending Allegheny County be reassessed every 4 years, during the first year of a newly elected county executive's term. The recommendation comes as Allegheny County Council is weighing its own legislation that would require reassessments every 3 years. Allegheny County's last countywide reassessment was in 2012. With a tight housing market driving home prices higher and the effect of the pandemic eroding the value of downtown office towers, we agree that reassessments should be done on a regular basis. Doing them every 4 years would keep the issue from becoming a political hot potato and would give property owners and taxing bodies a more realistic window to deal with any changes in the market.
This has been an editorial by KDKA Radio Regional Vice President Michael Spacciapoli. To view a transcript, go to kdkaradio.com.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Marty Griffin. Live at Schultz Ford. Come on by with a backpack. Buzzy and Baba and Buzzy. Patsy and Bubba. Giving away 10,000, collecting 10,000 backpacks. Doing a hell of a job helping people out. I'd love to have you stop by Schultz Ford in Wexford. Wonderful, wonderful opportunity to help kids. Backpacks, which used to be $15, $20, can now be $100. It's bizarre how things have changed. My wife and kids went to the store to buy school supplies, and it was $700 for school stuff. It's a hell of a burden. And what they're doing here today really helps that out. So come on by and see us bring a couple backpacks. They're doing great work. I'm very disheartened by some of the things I'm seeing overseas with American troops. We have emails, we have Facebook posts with troops on these carriers that are desperate, depressed, anxious, angry, somewhat suicidal. They're saying severe mental health issues on these carriers. They've been at sea 260 days. To address that, I want you to listen to this ABC report. Listen. Alonzo, do you have the report? And what it suggests is that the troops have hit the wall. The report froze. Do we have it? All right, let's try it. Thank you.
Even during a regular deployment that does not involve combat, it is exhausting work. But 9 months at sea, with much of it at war, clearly takes a toll. This morning, the USS Abraham Lincoln is waiting for relief after nearly 9 months of relentless combat operations and reports of worsening conditions on board. The Lincoln has been at sea for more than 250 days, including one stretch of more than 200 days in between ports of call. Conditions have gotten so bad, some family members tell the Military Times that at least 2 sailors tried to jump overboard. A U.S. official telling ABC News a sailor on the Lincoln did go overboard earlier this month and was quickly recovered. The incident is under investigation. Now, Democratic lawmakers are demanding answers following alarming reports of poor conditions on the carrier, including extreme exhaustion, plummeting morale, and mounting mental health strains.
The bottom line is this should never happen. This is an unforced error. That ship can't even go into a port in the Gulf because Trump's war has actually made it so dangerous, has made the situation so much worse that there's no safe port for the Abraham Lincoln to visit.
An Air Force veteran sharing these photos of paltry meals, photos that he says were sent by a crew member on the ship back in April. Secretary Pete Hegseth also pushing back on reports that sailors are struggling.
Completely misrepresented. Listen, we make sure at every ship, every crew, every captain has everything we can provide them at every single moment. Some deployments are longer than others.
Plans call for the USS George Washington to replace the Lincoln, though it's unclear when it will arrive. A U.S. official tells ABC News they have not seen an uptick in mental health issues and say the Lincoln has a variety of resources on board, including 1 clinical psychologist, 5 chaplains, and 3 behavioral health technicians. They also have 1 therapy dog on board named Captain Fathom, whose job it is to ease anxiety among the crew.
All right, so
but again,
that's your material. That's enough. That's enough. This is from a base. No one in leadership positions is helping us. Morale and the environment here is dismal. Wow. This is from a base. Most people have lost faith in the base defenses working to protect us. Wow. The hangars have been destroyed. The dorms destroyed. We got lucky. The impact wasn't worse than it could have been. It's a mass casualty event waiting to happen. The base is overpopulated. Lodging is constantly giving rooms to new people. Only 1 dorm is protected. Wow. We want to leave and they won't let us leave. Many of us have expressed suicidal ideations. Wow. They don't care what the alarms and strikes are doing to anyone mentally. Mental health here is broken. They shut it down for a while and told everyone to just deal with it. And talk to your coworkers if you're struggling. Man. Pastor Adam Stump, we have been communicating about this frightening change, and this has you extremely upset and your congregation, doesn't it, sir? Hello. Alonzo, do we have our guest? Okay, because I can't hear him.
Downplaying it. Oh, these are exaggerated claims or something. There hasn't been an uptick in mental health issues. I would ask, there hasn't been an uptick since when? You know, I mean, they've been out to sea for basically 9 months now. And even when you hear something, oh, well, there's behavioral health specialists, there's a handful of chaplains. There are 5,000 personnel on the Abraham Lincoln alone. And you're telling me that 6, 7, 8 practitioners are going to care for their mental health needs?
It's unbelievable.
It just seems inadequate. It is, and it seems totally inadequate. And you know, and I think the most troubling thing for me is we have not heard reports like this coming directly from our sailors, our airmen, and our soldiers before. We've not heard these frustrations expressed, and I do not think that it's political. You know, I think probably a lot of those people voted for Trump and have supported the administration, and they're simply not receiving the care that they need, and that's what's probably most deeply troubling. We've been at war before. These people signed up to go, you know, if there was a call. We actually know, I mean, talking to my military families, before the war actually broke out at the end of February, they were given their orders to have their bags at the front door at the beginning of February. So they knew they were going to go.
Right.
And now we're hearing these extremely distressing reports. Our soldiers have never reported back home like this. We've never seen this firsthand.
I didn't hear it out of Afghanistan. I didn't hear it out of Iraq or Iran. The initial assault. Can you hang, Pastor?
Yes.
Can you hang with us? We're going to take a break, folks. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Patrick, Homer Group and Traffic Center, AAA Traffic Power by Bowser. What's up, Ellen?
What's up, Marty? Things are very slow getting across the outbound lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge, and it certainly is due to an accident that is in the left lane, and all of the emergency crews who are with it. This is in that left lane as you try to exit to West Carson Street. So right where the whole lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge splits from 4 lanes into 2 sets of 2, it actually looks like they have that ramp closed right now as they're maneuvering some additional vehicles into place, including a flatbed wrecker to yank the one vehicle out of the way. So heavy and slow go traffic for you there at best. Traffic is making it into the outbound Fort Pitt tunnels just fine, but it's very sluggish coming from the Parkway East down in the bathtub section of the city, and also coming across from the Fort Duquesne Bridge as you're traveling there. Inbound on the Parkway West, you're backing at the top of Green Tree Hill. Parkway East is slow at Edgewood Swissvale. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Well, that's the power of Bowser. August is here, and before summer slips away, Bowser Hyundai wants you to have one last getaway. Take a look at the all-new 2026 Hyundai Elantra during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. With a bold design and impressive fuel economy, it's built for every adventure, big or small. And right now at Bowser Hyundai, a 2026 Dealer of the Year winner, you can lease a 26 Elantra SE for just $159 a month. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance that are backed by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles powertrain limited warranty. So don't wait. Get to BowserHyundai.com today. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $490 applies. 24 months, 7,500 miles per year with $2,999 due at signing with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends August 31st. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. I was in ICU at UPMC. They saved my life. And this was recently. The care was around the clock. And the medicine was insane. And the doctors and the nurses and the kindness. They saved my life again. The truth is that it's the greatest health care I've ever received anywhere in the world. And it truly is life-saving, life-changing medicine. UPMC. I'm a believer.
We're talking with Joe Sabulis from Highwood Cemetery. Joe, I read a story recently about a local cemetery that had run out of funds and was struggling to pay for its upkeep. How did this happen?
Some cemeteries eventually become full and can no longer sell grave sites to generate income. How will those cemeteries pay for their continued care? The cemetery may or may not have a fund for this purpose. In the story you mentioned, that cemetery is no longer selling property, and its care fund is almost depleted. Now they're struggling to pay for upkeep.
How can families be assured that their grave sites are being cared for now and in the future?
Highwood Cemetery exists to serve the public rather than make a profit. Our $1 million perpetual care fund is managed by a fiduciary to ensure that the care of the cemetery will be as it is today for generations to come.
And you can learn more about Highwood Cemetery by calling 412-766-6600. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples. That was easy.
August is Sandwich Month, and Easy Cater is rolling out a new surprise deal every week from August 3rd through 30th. That means every order of delicious sandwiches for your team comes with a side of something special just for you. From cheesesteaks and cubanos to pita pockets and pastrami, Easy Cater makes it easy to bring everyone's favorite sandwiches to work and rack up big rewards while you're at it. New week, new deal, all August long. Visit EasyCater.com to place your next order and take a bite out of Sandwich Month. Restrictions apply. See offer details at EasyCater.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey. I got Pastor Adam up on the phone. Hang on, Pastor. I'm going to get you right away. But one of my friends, one of my favorite people stopped by here at the Schultz Ford for this backpack, Bazzi and Bubba, a backpack event. And Lisa Lucina has actually a great piece of advice for people. This actually makes sense because you brought something with you.
That's right, Marty. I'm on the road working all day today.
Yeah.
And I just found out. And for those of us who didn't have a backpack to donate, why not just bring a couple dollars down here? No matter what it is, it'll buy a backpack.
Stop by, drop off a check.
Yep.
You mentioned something, though. Your
did.
son wanted a backpack. How much did it cost?
$181.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. And I can't imagine what would happen if I couldn't have gotten it. So
And so when we were growing up, backpacks were $20. Huh?
Maybe.
Right?
I don't know where you shop.
Or you had one for 20 years.
Ours was 10 and we reused it.
We used giant eagle bags. So anyway, it's wonderful advice.
It is.
And I appreciate you saying that. And you're right down the road. Right?
I'm right down the road. I was driving by, heard it coming from South Hills, and I was like, I don't have a backpack.
Thank you. She has a check. So stop by, drop off a check. It makes perfect sense. Pastor Adam Stump, how are you? You with us still, sir?
I am still here.
What's disheartening to me is what you're saying, is that I'm young enough, old enough to remember Vietnam, and there was a lot of blowback from that. But we did not get this kind of rhetoric out of either the Gulf War or the war in Iraq or Afghanistan. Maybe we should have. But these notes and transmissions being sent from both the carrier and the bases suggest that our troops are in mental and physical harm's way. Is that not true, sir?
Yeah. And you know, going back to the ABC report that you shared at the beginning, you know, the sailors who are contemplating going overboard, one did. You know, I sent you a video that someone had sent me, and I don't know the sailor, I don't know the sailor's family, but it's to the point, the breaking point now where this sailor from the Abraham Lincoln said he wonders if this is actually a psychological experiment on how far they can push the military. And I don't think that any of our soldiers should ever have to wonder that. And I'm not saying that our government is doing that. I'm not saying that. But when you find out that the resupply ship takes so long to get there that there's no fresh fruit, there's no fresh vegetables, no fresh meat because it's all spoiled, this is like, you know, we are the premier fighting force of the world, and we're dealing with problems that 17th century sailors dealt with, and we shouldn't be there. And
hey, Pat, you have folks.
Yeah.
You have folks in your you serve various congregations, but some are from the 171st. What's their mood, sir? What's their frame of mind? Are they still committed to serving?
They are, you know, and that's the killer, I think, is these are people who are dedicated. They are dedicated to serving our country, and they're willing to go. They're willing to do what it takes. They're willing to follow the orders, but they're very frustrated because there's no end game out there. There's no end in sight. There's no expressly tangible end to this. And that's the frustrating part. It's not that they are not willing to serve. They're very willing to serve. They're proud to serve. They're actually happy to serve. But that is not greeted with the same level of respect that it should be by the ones giving the orders. And they don't know why. They just don't know why. There's frustration, there's anger, there's hurt, there is very legitimate worry and concern over their safety. And it's bad enough that we know that these people have to go into harm's way. But when they're put into harm's way and they're not cared for adequately in that, it's troubling and distressing. And these are people, and I told you the last time that we talked, some of these families have multiple family members in the service, and they're worried that if one of their family members comes back, another one of them is going to have to go to replace them. No family should be under that kind of stress.
Pastor, do you include this in your messages to your congregation from the pulpit, sir, or do you keep this out of it?
I try to be encouraging. I try to be hopeful. I try to weekly. I remind people that we are at war. I remind people that the world is a very dangerous place. We pray for our soldiers. And I remind people that we are each other's support network. And if you know someone who has a loved one in the service, you need to reach out to them because they're probably hurting, they're probably struggling, they're going through all this stuff, and they might not wear it on their sleeve, but it's in their hearts. And I remind people all the time, we're in this together. We have to be together, and we have to support one another and prop each other up because, man, I don't know how these families do it. I really don't. As someone who's, one of my family members was gone into Afghanistan after September 11th, and I know what that was like, not knowing if he was coming home. And I remind people, we've got families who their loved ones are in exactly the same position right now. And it's very troubling, but I do try every week to remind them, even though there has been no official declaration of war, I remind them, we are at war, and it is very real. And there are people bearing the brunt of this, and they're not receiving the support or the help that they need. And I remind them, hey, we can be that. We can support one another. We can encourage one another. And even if you don't have any words to say, just being there with someone to be a shoulder to lean on can mean the world to these families.
In the context of the video you sent me, young man said they feel lower than hell. That's kind of
lower than hell.
Yeah, man. Wow.
I mean, imagine that. We already know that war is hell. We know that war is hell, and this sailor said being on this ship is lower than hell. I mean, what would drive a person to say that? It's heartbreaking.
And no end in sight, sir.
No end in sight. No end in sight. And I think, one of the troubling things, too, is, we've heard, and we don't know this for a fact, but we've heard that Trump is working on a way just to walk away, possibly with no nuclear deal with Iran or anything like that. And when you hear stuff like that, well, we're just going to walk away, then it makes you wonder, what was all of this for? And that's really psychologically torturing to our soldiers and to their families who put their lives on the line, and then there's the possibility that we're going to walk away and nothing has changed and maybe everything is worse. That's a terrible reality.
Pastor, your voice has been significant for me and my audience, and I'm very grateful for you, sir. Truth to power.
Thank you, Marty. I'm grateful for you. Thank you.
My man. We'll be right back, folks.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin, thanks to Skyrizi. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Get connected. That's the Inside Connection this Saturday morning at 9 with your local Medicare experts from MediConnect. If you're turning 65, hear all the inside information available to seniors on the Inside Connection, presented by MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
73 and mostly cloudy skies at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. New this hour. An Armstrong County man is accused of voting twice in the 2024 presidential election. 65-year-old Jeffrey Pope of Apollo is charged with casting 2 mail-in ballots. If convicted, Pope could be sentenced to as much as 10 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000. A developer is applying to start construction of a data center at the former Pitt International Race Complex. Las Vegas-based developer Switch Data Centers plans to build 3 buildings totaling just over 600,000 square feet. Big Beaver Borough's Planning Committee will hold its first meeting on this application on August 27th. As school bells are about to ring, what is the status of a statewide cell phone ban in schools? News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado has an update.
Students will return to the classroom next week, and while many districts do have their own policies on cell phones in schools, a proposed bell-to-bell statewide ban is still on hold. The State House and Senate passed their own separate bills, and now they still need to work out the differences. Senator Devlin Robinson says he expects the 2 chambers will reach an agreement.
It's just going to be part of that legislative process, where it comes to the final stage, to see what deals are made, to see what bill is actually going to move forward.
One key difference is the House bill has more medical exclusions, but Robinson says he doesn't see those changes as a deal breaker. He believes a final agreement will be sent to the governor before the end of the current legislative session on November 30th. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 92 points at 53,747. The S&P is down 16 points, and the NASDAQ is down 127. KDKA Radio News Time 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand, so shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In Pittsburgh, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 25 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Pittsburgh. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, it's Pony back to talk about Comer and Cross and their end-of-year garage sale going on right now. No, they're not having a sale in their garage. They are hooking you up with the garage floor of your dreams, just like they did for me. It's going to feel like pulling into a new car showroom every night. I get to do that every night, and you can too. A garage floor that's guaranteed to never chip, never crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint would. Comer and Cross, these are pros, not a fly-by-night organization. They're never pushy. They listen to you and your needs. Over 2,000 five-star reviews. They'll fix all the cracks and pits perfectly. And right now you can schedule them for their end-of-year garage sale. You'll get the best price of the year guaranteed. And on top of that, 50% off installation. And my installation took 1 day. So in 1 day, you can have a new garage floor. Easy call, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR or schedule online at COMERcross.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook.
You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Surprise. Wait, do I know you? You use your Discover Cashback card to earn 5% cashback on restaurants all quarter.
Yeah.
Now, it's payback time.
Whoa, hold on.
Go ahead.
Oh, you mean my Discover Cashback.
I told you there'd be payback.
You know, you have a weird way of delivering good news.
I'm working on that.
Activate and earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases.
Terms apply. See discover.com/5 for details.
Like the approaches to the outbound Parkway West and lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge and tunnels are trying to recover from that earlier accident. It's been cleared from the right lane where you head off to West Carson Street, so that's the good news. The bad news is it's still a bit sluggish coming across from the Fort Duquesne Bridge lower deck, and certainly a little bit heavy at times between Grant Street and Stanwyck Street as you try to get up onto the outbound lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge. Coming inbound the Parkway West, no accidents for you there, just heavy traffic greeting you at the top of Green Tree Hill. The Parkway East inbound is slow at Edgewood Swissvale. Outbound is sluggish because of construction zone lane restrictions as you approach the Greenfield Bridge overpass. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be warm but humid with clouds and some hazy sun at times, along with a passing shower, the high 81. Partly cloudy tonight, though 65. A mix of sun and clouds and warm tomorrow, high 84. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Tony on the line. Griffin, live with this backpack set. I love this. Love it. There are over 6,000 backpacks collected, which is astounding. Bazzi and Bubba, Backpack Brigade, astounding. All right, so this has nothing to do with that, but I got a bunch of videos this morning of Paul Skeens, and it's gone viral on social. And I wanted to see if it's appropriate. It shows Skeens on a beach with no shirt on, walking with his girlfriend. Have folks seen this? And she's an athlete and has about 2% body fat. And they describe him as having a dad bod. He's out of shape. Described as fat. And they go into this narrative suggesting it's why he's having a bad year. He's fat. He doesn't care. And this has gone viral. And it's all over the country and the world. It's now in Great Britain. And I wonder if that's fair game. And I had to reach out to the best sports talk host in America, Philip Pony. Pony, what's up?
Marty, I can't believe you're asking this question today. Is it fair game? Absolutely. Yeah. He dates a celebrity girl. Yes.
Yeah.
100%. He's in the public eye.
Is it and
he
you're
signed up for this.
Is it hateful?
Is it hateful?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's, at least from Pirates fans, it's frustration and disappointment and anger over the way he's pitched this year. And I'm talking to my friend on the radio. Sorry, we're at Chick-fil-A right now, Marty. Big day here at Chick-fil-A. This place is slammed, and
always.
It's amazing. It's amazing how efficient they are.
They're amazing. It's the
I'm talking to
greatest.
Marty because he wants to know about Paul Skeens. No, Marty, look. He's got a celebrity girlfriend. She has more followers and more eyeballs on her at all times than him even. If he didn't appreciate that, or if he didn't care, if he cared a lot about that and it bothered him, then don't do it. That comes with the territory, in my opinion. And look, if you don't want people to make hot shots or cracks at your body, get in better shape is what I say back to that. You're an elite athlete.
Hey, Pony, do you think it stings? Do you think it hurts him?
You know what?
Probably.
He claims that he doesn't pay attention to any of this stuff. He doesn't really have an Instagram. He doesn't really have social media. But she's all over it. I mean, she's everywhere. That's how she makes a lot of her money, through branding and influencing and stuff. So I'm sure she knows about it, and I wonder if she passes it on to him. I think she probably does. So, yeah, I would think it would bother me if people were making fun of my love handles and stuff. Absolutely. He's human.
Yeah, but I thought about you because it doesn't bother you. It's one of the things I love about you. You sat on the air without a shirt for how many hours? 4?
But I also got my nipples pierced, Marty. I did that and raised thousands of dollars for breast cancer awareness. You hated when I got my nipples pierced, you just told me. So she's eavesdropping. She loves your show.
And I need to, before you go, and it's irrelevant to my audience, but does his weight have an impact on his game, do you believe?
I don't think so. I mean, there's just been a ton of baseball players and pitchers that have not been carved out of granite and chiseled and ripped. So I personally don't think so. But look, when you're playing this bad, I think everything's fair game, Marty.
All right. Pony, the best in America. Thanks, brother.
You're the man, Marty. See you, brother.
Hey, Patrick, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I sent you this stuff this morning. I generally don't care about jocks. I generally don't care about social. But you're very intuitive about this. Is this fair game?
I mean, because he is in the spotlight, he absolutely does have a celebrity girlfriend. It's fair that people talk about it. Is the criticism fair? I don't know. Maybe. It's still ugly. The posts are awful. I think a lot of people are going way too far with it. Oh, hateful.
Man, I saw her make a post about a month ago where she begged people to quit stalking her. Did you see that?
I did see that.
At some point,
they can't get away from it.
At some point, it becomes on her. You can't. I'm not disrespecting what she's saying because I think she's in danger at times. And we've had a taste of this because we get tens of millions of people commenting on our videos and me personally. But is it fair for me to say, because I know this, you can't have it both ways, can you, Patrick?
You really can't. One does come with the other. You know, if you're going to be out there in the public and you're going to have any sort of celebrity status, it's just kind of a fact of life. People are going to obviously respond and look for you. It's what they do.
Well, people threaten to kill me, a significant number. And you take some of them seriously because they feel serious, and some of them, as you found, are from out of the country, and you move on. But this is the play. I saw that this morning. Alonzo, can you hear me, buddy? Alonzo, the video shows Paul Skeens walking down the beach with his girlfriend, and he has this massive gut. And they go into this narrative that the reason why he sucks right now is because he's fat. Is this a fair narrative, Alonzo? Is that whole social media hack job on him fair?
I wouldn't say it's a fair narrative. I mean, it could be a number of factors why he's playing the way he's playing. It couldn't possibly not be his weight. It could possibly be about his weight.
I think it's hateful. Bring your headset down, my man. Tell everyone who you are.
Joey Bova.
Joey has very good insight. He's a young guy. He's all over social and knows what comes with social. Is this fair game?
I mean, I feel like if you post on social media, you should expect everything, good and the bad. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of people sending hate remarks on social media. I think that's pretty nasty. I'd say it's hateful, I mean, the majority of the internet's pretty hateful nowadays, so I would say just people coming after them in general, outside of their professions and whatnot, I'd say is pretty hateful, yes.
You know what, Patrick? He makes a great point. Coming after them in general, having nothing to do with just, I hate him, he's fat, and creeping back into their cave, right?
So it's not even necessarily sports fans. It's just people being hateful. No. It does exist, unfortunately.
What it is disheartening. And I've said this on the air, and I mean this. If Jesus were alive today, they'd say he had long hair, his clothes are dirty, he hangs out with thieves and prostitutes. They would. And they'd say he didn't make enough loaves and fishes. They would. And he should have had 14 apostles. He left 2 out. They would. Would they not, Patrick?
Oh, no question. Absolutely they would. You would hear everything from dirty hippie to, more heinous things.
Now, look, we have seen the insane benefit of social media. Raised $20,000 for a funeral in 1 hour. We've seen this. We've raised millions of dollars to help people. We've seen it. We're about to give away a car. We've seen it. We help people every day with the aid of social media. But, man, I saw that this morning, and I felt bad for him. And I thought, does that young man deserve this? Probably not. All right, folks, we'll be right back. From the PJ Dispatcher's Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Is we've just received an alert from PennDOT that they're changing the parameters of the work that's going to happen on the Parkway East inbound or westbound this weekend. So at 9 tonight, continuously through 5 on Monday morning, you're going to have a single lane of traffic. Originally, it was going to be between Churchill and Wilkinsburg. They've now said it'll be a single lane inbound or westbound between Churchill and the exit for Edgewood Swissvale. That's 77. So a pretty big stretch of the Parkway is going to be restricted. As part of this work, you'll definitely want to plan accordingly for your weekend. Right now, the inbound Parkway East is slow go between Wilkinsburg and Edgewood Swissvale. Outbound is heavy approaching the Greenfield Bridge overpass. Parkway West inbound remains slow on the front side of Green Tree Hill, and the outbound approach to the lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge is sluggish for you beginning at Grant Street on 376. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Greg Trzynski from the Original Mattress Factory. Parents, before you buy your student's mattress online, consider this. At OMF, we offer the same convenience, but with major advantages. You can actually try our mattresses before buying, crucial for your student's comfort. You'll know exactly where your mattress comes from, right here in our local factory. By supporting the Original Mattress Factory, you're investing in our community. And here's the kicker. You'll pay less than you would online. Quality sleep, local support, and better prices. OriginalMattress.com.
Parents, do you want to set your student up for success this school year? Start with a good night's sleep on a mattress from the Original Mattress Factory. We've made back-to-school shopping a breeze. Order online and we'll deliver directly to campus. Or swing by our factory and drive away with a mattress today. Either way, you'll get top quality at a factory direct price. Our locally made mattresses are designed to fit dorm rooms and apartment bedrooms alike. A great mattress and quality rest are key to academic success. Visit OMF today and cross quality sleep off your back-to-school list.
Did you see that UFO last night?
Is it real or is it AI?
How about the aircraft carrier floating down the river?
Nowadays, it's tough to determine what's legit and what to believe.
I know it's true because it was all over my feed last night.
But when it comes to news, depend on Pittsburgh's original news source since 1920. The Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Pittsburgh's very own board-certified and licensed hypnotherapist Dan Bitchoff of the PA Hypnosis Center is here to help you. He has helped train U.S. Olympic team members control their brains, stay relaxed, focused, and in control, giving them the edge for the gold. He's recognized by many organizations around the world as one of the top hypnotherapists anywhere. He has gotten over 3,000 people to give up cigarettes for good in the last 22 years. He's helped folks even who've tried gastric bypass to lose weight. He can help you and give you a 98% success guarantee. Call 724-934-8446. That's Dan Bitchoff, the PA Hypnosis Center. Mention KDKA and get $50 off any program. But call for a free consultation today, 724-934-8446. The PA Hypnosis Center with Dan Bitchoff. Make that call today, 724-934-8446.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Post and Shell announced co-chairs of its firm-wide workers' compensation department following the retirement of the practice's longtime leader, and one is the managing partner of the law firm's downtown Pittsburgh office. Stephen Bloomberg and Oliver Olander III now lead the department. Bloomberg is based in Post and Shell's downtown Pittsburgh office and has been its managing partner since 2019. Overlander is based in the Lancaster office. They succeed Patrick Cusick, who had previously served as vice chairs of the department, which is one of the Post and Shell's longest-standing practice areas. Also, downtown sushi restaurant Okana has expanded to operate on 3 floors. Okana first quietly opened on the 2nd floor of the former Harris Grill space at 245 4th Avenue at the beginning of this year. Now the space is expanded to feature 3 floors with 3 distinct concepts. Its first floor houses the Sweet Spot, offering coffee, matcha, and desserts, and its 2nd floor housing the more traditional sushi experience, and the rooftop sporting a bar and a blend of traditional sushi and more Americanized sushi offerings, including sushi tacos. The restaurant, which will celebrate a grand opening on August 15th, is the latest concept debuted by the Opal Group. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Too much for and Livy Dunn. But I have these conversations about social media all the time. You're either in or out. But if you're in, get ready to get your ass kicked. And if you're not ready to get your ass kicked, along with getting what you need, then you got to get out. The truth is, it's the most powerful, and I've been in television, radio, and on social media now for 20 years, and I've been in television and radio for nearly 30. It's the most powerful platform I've ever seen. A message can circle the world in an hour. We've posted videos that reached 4 million people in 24 hours. It's insane. I went to a restaurant and I did a video with the owner, JK, at Twin Borough. It's a new restaurant out towards Oakmont. Fine. 150,000 people watched it within a couple hours. And you accept that, but in the context of that video, and Patrick knows this because he looks at this stuff. His food sucks. He's an a-hole. He's a horrible person. I would never go there. Patrick, you know what I'm saying here, right? If you want to get in this game, you want to get in the ring, and I compare it to MMA guys, you're going to take a shot. You're going to take shots to the head. Right? You better understand the dynamic is just not, I love you, right?
No, it's not kumbaya all day, every day. You're going to have haters that come out.
And the bigger the audience, the more significant the hate. But you have Livy Dunn and her boyfriend, they're in love. And obviously they're very tight. And all they want to do is hang on the beach. And he's getting abused for having a beer belly that every single young man his age pretty much has. And the hatred over that, it's unsettling to me. But it's the play, man. I saw Bill Artman is one of my friends, obviously from Giant Eagle. They were selling eggs. What was it, Patrick? Was it 3 dozen for 95 cents?
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah. It was their anniversary, and they literally sold several hundred dozen eggs. And our posting that went viral, several 100,000 people. And I promise you, 30% of the responses were ignorant. Jag-offs. Saying rude, hateful, obnoxious things about Giant Eagle. And I told Bill Artman, you can't read that stuff or you'll get sucked into it. Same with UPMC. Doctors literally saves my life. I post that and they literally start ripping into UPMC. UPMC donated $20 million to the city of Pittsburgh for emergency response vehicles. And they got buried in haters. That's why my bill's so high. UPMC doctors suck. You ever sat in that ER for 7 hours? The truth is, this is not the land of Oz. And if you go in there thinking this is a dog shelter and you're a puppy and everybody's coming in there to pet you, forget about it. However, any single time we've ever asked for help, we get the help and the response in a dramatic way on social media. Do we not, Patrick?
Absolutely. There are amazing, wonderful people out there. You just have to get through the hate sometimes.
I want to read this email getting back to the situation on the ships. This comes from William. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of grief. However, Navy ships are not cruise liners. I spent a year in Vietnam. I didn't wear dry clothes for a year while walking in rice paddies in monsoons, eating K rations. What I wouldn't have given to have terrible meals our sailors are being served. These kids have to man up or get out. There's an element of truth to that. However, sir, it's extraordinary, as we have shown through research, for a ship to be at sea for more than a year. It's extraordinary to be at war for 6 months. It creates tremendous stress. And the truth is, Patrick, back to that social media. When my man was in Vietnam, there was no social media. You couldn't send out videos of your friend's legs being blown off, could you? No. And that's what we see today. There are thousands of men and women on that ship, and one post reaches millions of people, and that's how America feels about what's happening at sea. You've kind of mentioned this yourself, haven't you, Patrick?
Yeah, absolutely. We also have a generational shift, too. The parents that are relaying a lot of these messages are not the parents that survived World War II. They're not people who went through extremely hard times and tell people to quit their whining and suck it up and do the job. That's not what we're living with right now.
So, sir, I get what you're saying. Completely get it. But there is something to be said for bringing a damn ship home after a year. I just believe folks need an opportunity to breathe again. And this has created tremendous stress. And sir, the situation on the bases with those men in barracks and women being unprotected is unforgivable and ridiculous and obnoxious and irresponsible of the U.S. government. Whether you served in Nam or not, sir, they need to find a way to protect these men and women right now. We'll be right back.
Today, we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, or in fading photos?
These cherished memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, and mold. But fear not, there's a solution to safeguard your legacy. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. Together we founded Legacy Box over a decade ago with one mission, to bring your memories into the 21st century.
It's time to bid farewell to old tapes you can't watch and faded photos. Legacy Box transforms them into digital treasures, ready to share with a click.
Just like magic, your shoebox of memories is now safely stored in the cloud or on a thumb drive.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box, so you can rest assured your priceless moments are in good hands.
Don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. It's time to digitize those priceless moments.
Fast forward into the digital age. Visit legacybox.com/radio. That's legacybox.com/radio.
Hey, it only takes one storm, and it's bad. One strong wind, one roof leak. Before you know it, water is finding its way into places that it shouldn't. ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh responds fast, with the experience and equipment to restore your home or business, and fast. You know who to call. ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh, 412-RECOVER. That's 412-RECOVER.
Demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
74 with areas of light rain. It's 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Just in, Luigi Mangione has pleaded guilty to federal stalking charges in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Mangione entered the plea this morning in Manhattan federal court. Now, with his guilty plea to the federal charges, his lawyers could seek to have the state case thrown out on double jeopardy grounds. A Pittsburgh police officer shot a man last night in Lincoln Leamington Belmar. Police were called to the 6,000 block of Lyric Street around 8:40 p.m., where 3 men were reportedly arguing in the street and threatening to pull guns. Allegheny County Police Assistant Superintendent Victor Joseph said when the officers arrived, they found a man with a gun who was told numerous times to drop it.
The male refused and turned abruptly in the officer's direction. One officer discharged his weapon, striking the male.
That man taken to a hospital in critical condition. Police are also investigating a fatal hit-and-run incident in Kennedy Township overnight. An officer on patrol found a 72-year-old McKees Rocks man in the roadway along the 1600 block of Pine Hollow Road around 12:15 a.m. His name, Wayne McGinley, who was declared dead at a hospital. Now, police are trying to get a description of the vehicle involved. Pennsylvania's Game Commission is eliminating deputy game wardens. News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado has more.
In emails to deputy wardens that have been widely circulated on social media, the commission called the decision very difficult and said, quote, it was not reached without intense consideration. The commission has used deputies for 123 years, but as of September 1st, the program is gone. In addition to a daily stipend of $100, the volunteers were given a uniform and gear, all of which must be returned to the commission by October 1st. That means the 155 full-time game wardens will soon be responsible for conservation and law enforcement on their own. The Fish and Boat Commission is also making a similar move, meaning between the two agencies, 176 deputies are being cut. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
A new report is raising concerns about bacteria levels in a couple of southwestern Pennsylvania rivers. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has that.
The report from Penn Environment found 55% of monitored locations statewide had potentially unsafe E. coli levels on at least one day in 2025. In southwestern Pennsylvania, E. coli levels on the Monongahela River near Baldwin exceeded the EPA's health risk threshold on 83% of the days it was tested. And on the Allegheny River southeast of Oil City, levels exceeded that threshold every day the river was tested. The group is calling for better water quality monitoring and more investment in wastewater and stormwater systems to help keep the river safe for recreation. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 137 points at 53,703. The S&P down 13 points, and the NASDAQ is down 102. KDKA Sports, the Pirates start a weekend series with the Red Sox tonight at 6:40. Bubba Chandler starts for Pittsburgh.
The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03, 74 with light rain in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health. A look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Look, I hear this all the time, and folks get scared about their debt. If you're struggling with your debt, give my friends at Harold Shepley & Associates a call. Right, Harold?
Absolutely. We have offices throughout Pennsylvania, but you never need to come into the office. It's always a free consultation, and there's no travel required. So there's no reason to pick up the phone and not give us a call.
And don't hide from it.
Yeah, there's no reason to be ashamed. You want to get back on your feet, and you need some help.
Check them out, ShepleyLaw.com.
Long live the king. Return to the magic and mystique of the Renaissance. The Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival, just southeast of Pittsburgh, is back. August 22nd and 23rd is opening weekend.
It's entertainment. It's fantasy.
It's an adventure. To the past.
Filled with royalty, pageantry, jugglers and musicians, comedy, games, fine arts and crafts at the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets at PittsburghRenFest.com.
Marty here for Salem's Market and Grill in the Strip. Last time, when I mentioned how delicious the hamburgers are at Salem's, I left out the best part. It's about their crispy French fries. They won't make it out of the parking lot. And you got to check out their meat selection. I'm serious. Their butchers cut to order. Steaks, lamb, chicken, all locally sourced. Salem'sMarket.com, 2923 Penn Avenue in the Strip. Trust me, it's worth the trip to Salem's. Free parking, too.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be warm and humid with clouds and some hazy sun at times, along with a passing shower, the high 81. Partly cloudy tonight, though 65. A mix of sun and clouds and warm tomorrow, high 84. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The mayor made a post, and I like Corey O'Connor, and he knows that. He works his butt off. And, but he said downtown is on fire, that it's kicking ass. That's fine. But I asked the mayor to look at the big picture, close his damn restaurant down because people were stealing from him. And the video shows that. I love that there are new businesses and restaurants opening downtown, but they won't last if they have robberies. Just saying. Before I get to my guest, we're here at this amazing event at Schultz Ford, this backpack event. They've collected almost 7,000 backpacks, headed towards 10. And one of they've got all this food. They got pizza, they got coffee. And they promised an ice cream truck. This is actually hilarious. So an ice cream truck broke down, and it got towed in here. And there it is, towed in. The thing broke down. They got a big tow truck to bring it in here. Meantime, Joseph Patrick Murphy, good afternoon, my man. How are you?
I'm great, Marty. Thanks for having me on.
I wanted to... Joseph Patrick Murphy is the best immigration lawyer that I know. I wanted to ask you about these shock gloves the whole country is talking about. ICE is going to spend $20 million and give agents shock gloves. Describe what they are, and as an attorney who will be representing folks they'll probably be used on, what are you saying about this?
I mean, I understand the problem law enforcement has. They've got to get these people under control. People are fighting with them and things of this nature. But a shock glove, that's Kafkaesque. There's the concern here is that, well, there's two main concerns. The one is that it doesn't seem like it'll do what you want, in the sense that if you're trying to restrain somebody, introducing electricity into their body is going to make them harder to restrain. They're going to, the muscle works on electricity, and if you put enough muscle in there, it'll contract harder, potentially even break the person's bones with their own muscles. But more importantly, make them very strong. You're putting electricity into a muscle that's trying to fight you. So it's kind of, I mean, unless there's some specialized technology, and there may be, just putting electricity into someone's muscles that you're fighting with might not be the best idea. The second thing is a much more serious concern, and the concern is that it'll be used to torture people. When you fire a taser, that's another electrical weapon. The taser cartridge explodes, and the two little darts come out and introduce electricity into the person. But also a whole bunch of micro tags are ejected into the air, and they're all around the site of the use of the taser. You can track it to whoever fired it. And, of course, that cartridge has to be replaced. If you grab somebody with a glove, all it's going to do is deplete the battery. There's no evidence generated. You could hold them even beyond the point of compliance because you're angry. People are human. I'm not suggesting officers are superhuman in any way. They're subject to human failings, just like me.
Yes.
And they could maybe get angry at somebody and hold them a little longer than they need to, just to teach them a lesson. And that's not right. That's not allowed. That's not a law enforcement, a legitimate law enforcement activity. So that's the concern. And you're going to get cases where people are complaining exactly that happened, and there's not going to be any way of defending against these allegations other than, no, I didn't. With the taser, you can tell it was fired. There's body cams. That's the other thing. We ought to get body cams on ICE. If we're going to have these kind of interactions using electrical torture devices, there ought to be body cams showing exactly how long this person was held, where the electricity was applied, what parts of their body. The other thing, too, is that they're wearing gloves and there's just a little switch. There's no pulling a weapon or anything that you would know to see that this is coming. It could be like the old joy buzzer, right? Just turn it on and shake somebody's hand. But all these things together, I'm not sure this is the best idea in the world. It gives people the creeps, and that's not a nice place, especially for an agency that has a job. It does have a job, and the job has then been voted on. But there's a lot of disagreement over methods and tactics. We have a couple, we talked about it on this show. There have been a couple unfortunate incidents where even American citizens were killed during ICE operations. I'm not saying that's all chargeable to ICE or all chargeable to the citizens, right. But this is a PR problem. Gearing up with electroshock gloves might not be the best PR move in history right now. Yeah.
Hey, couple things. Patrick, you've done a little research on the gloves, and I've asked a couple ICE agents. They're saying they're more subtle, might be the right word, than a taser, less electricity and less painful. You're seeing the same thing, Patrick?
Yeah, that is what I've seen so far in looking at some of the research on this. It's a lot less voltage than a taser. It's supposedly safer. And, you're right, they don't have to, shoot them. They're not shooting any darts or any prongs coming out. It's instant touch like a stun gun would be, except it's, in the grip of the officer using it.
Hey, Joseph Patrick Murphy, they don't have them in town here yet, from what I've heard. Have you heard anything different, sir?
I haven't heard anything about these sorts of things being deployed, but they're out there. I mean, I've seen pictures of the things, and I'll certainly report in when it happens. I don't know how much electricity anybody wants in their body. A nicer way of doing a nasty thing, okay, I'll take that. But somebody's going to get hurt here again. I mean, people have pacemakers. They have metal joint replacement parts. This is all very, very dangerous. Yeah.
Hey, before you go, you mentioned something in terms of semantics and how they're managing your hearings. And I think it's actually interesting in how you presented this and what happens now regarding hearings with cameras.
You mean the immigration hearing? Yeah.
Yes.
So what they've done is Pittsburgh is in what's called the Philadelphia Immigration District. We never really had our own immigration court. Back in the day, judges used to come out here in person, maybe every couple months, and you'd go to a real courtroom in the federal building, and they could look at your client, you could hand them evidence, things like that. After 9/11, they created that big thing in at 3000 Sydney Street, and all immigration stuff was in there. People were swearing in, getting arrested, applying for work permits. Everything was in. Even immigration court was in there. After COVID, they switched to virtual. So just like I'm doing this now on my iPhone, a lot of people came in. We even have a little room in here. It's like a little TV studio. I was on it this morning with immigration court. So that's great because the whole reason we created these kind of sub-district, Philadelphia, or Pittsburgh sub-district of Philadelphia, was because people weren't going and they were getting deport orders. It's 300 miles each way. Who wants to do that for a 10-minute hearing? So now and I'll tell you something else. As part of a deal with Immigration Court, when they closed the South Side office, they promised us that Pittsburgh would be able to have these remote appearances by televideo. Right. I had the press release here someplace, and all my papers it's a lot of paper on my desk right now. But they've taken that away suddenly out of the blue sky with no notice. The online status of these hearings now say in person in Philadelphia. And holy hell is breaking loose. None of these people want to drive out there. None of these people want to go to a court where they could be arrested. Amazing. None of these people have paid me to take a whole day off to go back and forth to Philadelphia, gas, tolls, or airfare. Where's that money going to come from? And they got to transport themselves too. So you've got clients, and it's doing exactly what it did before they started with the sub-district here. It's getting people to not go. And that's unfortunate. They're going to miss court hearings.
Oh, hold on. Let me jump in here. And I think you assume this is a tactic to get these people physically in court so they can arrest them. Is that fair?
Or to get them to not come so they can enter deport orders. Not everybody, very few people actually get arrested in court. I mean, clearly, if you've got a deport order and you're here illegally in the country and you show up in court, they're going to grab you. But most of the time, they're going to give you your hearings and due process. But they can complicate getting your due process. They can say, well, it's Philadelphia Immigration District. You got to drive 300 miles. I'm not kidding. I've got cases right now where there's a 10-minute hearing and they want me to drive. And the clients don't want to pay for it, right? The clients get upset. Then they say, well, just give me my money back. And I said, well, I give you your money back. Well, we've done some work. We'll give most of it back. But what are you going to do about this? And they're not going to go. And that's exactly what was happening before. I think it was like the late 60s when they started with judges coming out here. And they want it to be that way. There's no other real reason to do this. I mean, we've got smartwatches, iPhones, virtual this. They had the technology in 2002 when they built the office in Southside to have like that simulcast where there was a room over there that was hooked up by televideo. So what's the point in doing this other than just meanness to these people? And really, honestly, at a certain point, the lawyers who are engineering this stuff, they're kind of betraying their duties to their own profession. I've said this to lawyers who got a little bit out of line with me in the past, younger guys, whatever. I said, look, brother, this case will come and go. You and I are going to be here working together for the rest of our lives. Are you sure you want to do it that way? Sometimes people can be talked down off a ledge with simple reason like that. Amazing. Some people don't.
Hey, before you go, one of my boys is texting me. This is actually so spot on. I'm too stupid to realize it. The purpose of tasers is not to come in contact with a combative, resisting person. Right. So these stun guns, these stun gloves defeat the purpose. Right? So now they have to make contact, and that's the whole point of having the taser in the first place.
Right. Wow. And when you look at people that are doing something, they say, like, the objective is to get these people under control. But what they're doing isn't even reasonably calculated to achieve that result for the reasons I've stated. You're trying to get someone to stop fighting, and you're introducing electricity into their body. This makes no sense. So when you look at someone who's saying they want one outcome and doing something that's likely to get the opposite outcome, you start looking at something called truthfulness.
Yeah.
And then people start making guesses. When it's clear you're being lied to and gaslighted, people start making guesses. Well, why might you want to have electric shock gloves? Sounds like you want to hold on to them and put electricity into them. And, somebody's got to get out in front of this. There may be real reasons, but, you and me talking on this show with Patrick about the different electricity levels, that's nice. And it is reassuring. But that's the public relations backlash that's going to happen from this. It's crazy. Yeah.
No. This cop sending this info, at the point of the damn tasers, they can't make contact. This forces them and might even jeopardize the ICE agents. Wow.
Right. And this is what I say. When you're doing something that's obviously going to achieve the opposite result than what you say your purpose is, that's called lying, or at least gaslighting. Yeah.
Joseph Patrick Murphy, my brother. Thanks, my man.
My pleasure, Marty. Nice seeing you.
Wow. We're right back, folks.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KFC weekend weather update. On Saturday, expect partly sunny skies with pleasant conditions and lower humidity. The high temperature will reach 77 degrees. Introducing the KFC $10 bucket of the day deal. Now every weekday, you get a different bucket of crispy, crunchy chicken for just $10 each. 24 nuggets, $10, 8-piece, $10, 10 wings, $10, 8 tenders, $10 only at KFC. Prices and participation may vary while supplies last.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I met two women who are nurses full-time in Pittsburgh. Graduated from CCAC with no debt, zero. I met two young ladies at Pitt, now juniors, brought 2 years of credits from CCAC, $2,000 in total debt. 80% of CCAC students have no debt. More than 100 programs. CCAC rocks, folks. Check it out. Wow, folks, it's Marty. Can you believe it's almost the end of summer? Wow. Starting football, it's getting chilly, all that stuff. You know what you need on your to-do list? Windows. Right now, Universal Windows Direct. Buy 4 windows. You get 4 windows free. Wow. 48 months, 0% financing. Same as cash. Universal Windows Direct. 412-545-6003. Do it now, folks.
Get Marty is brought to you by Perry Calder Law. When it matters most, contact Perry Calder Law.
Your line just went down. Production stopped. A supervisor wants answers. And someone's digging through a binder for the maintenance history. Every one of those minutes costs money. And most of the time, that breakdown could have been prevented. That's where Maintain X comes in. Maintain X catches the failure before it happens. Preventive maintenance plans on every key asset to improve reliability. Work orders assigned and tracked right from your phone. Everyone from the floor to the front office is in the loop. Real-time dashboards give managers instant visibility into what's been completed, what's overdue, and where the bottlenecks are. No more guesswork. Just a smarter, faster maintenance operation. Companies on Maintain X have cut unplanned downtime by over 30% and saved thousands on parts and labor every year. See what it can do for your operation. Try Maintain X free at maintainx.com.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at repairclinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Hey, I'm Sam.
And I'm Calvin, with Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks.
Hey, Calvin, you know that feeling when summer's finally on its way? Everybody's outside, grills are going.
Yeah, but that's when you notice what winter did to your home. The deck boards are warped, the roof's missing shingles, the siding's faded.
That's where we come in. No pressure, no surprises. Just good, honest work so you can enjoy the season that you earned.
We're ready when you are. Call the Cousins.
Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. Call the Cousins.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing medicine.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
One of my favorite Americans, Richard Bazzi, Schultz Ford, my man.
Marty.
So when we started this day, did you think you're pushing over 7,000 backpacks? You've gone like quadruple what you did last year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course I expected it.
You motivated this.
You know,
I'm serious. This is what they're all telling me. You scared them to death.
I don't know about scared them to
That's
death.
all right.
But, you know, open up your mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Open up your mind to the bigger, best, biggest things that you can imagine. And what my father used to tell me, what you can conceive, you can achieve. But you have to believe. You have to believe in it. And, you know, when I said 10,000 last year, people thought I was crazy. And they say, oh, well, you know how Richard is. He always wants more.
But hold on. This is the greatness of you. My man gives away these scholarships every year.
Yeah.
And it started out, well, we're going to give one. This is a true story. Started out, we're going to give one scholarship. Well, they had 40 people apply. Bazzi said, to hell with that. I'm giving out 40.
No, 26.
26 scholarships.
Yeah.
Right?
26 people applied. I read them. As you read, because they have to write, we required them to write a synopsis and an essay on why they think they deserve the scholarship.
Right.
After you read them, and you're supposed to, like, we set this up with Steel Valley High School, which was my alumni.
And I've been there.
Right.
The awards back.
So I look at all these essays, and they're all compelling. They're all wonderful. They all have a story. And I said to Chelsea at the time, Chelsea, I can't, and I'm working with the principal, John Strum.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Chelsea, I can't pick. There's no way. That means if I say yes to one of these people, I'm saying no to 25
No, it's
others.
amazing.
And I can't do it. And she said, well, what do you want to do? I said, just give it to them all. And there's Chelsea.
Beautiful.
She was part of it.
Hey, turkeys. Same damn thing with the turkeys.
Yeah, we started that with the ex-mayor, Luke Ravenstall. Remember that?
Oh, of course. That's how I met you.
Yep, that's how we met, Luke Ravenstall.
And it started out with a couple turkeys. Now you're like, everybody that calls gets a turkey.
Everybody called. Last year, I think we gave away 1,100 turkeys,
amazing,
1,200 turkeys. And, you know, it's who we are, and it's what we do. It's what we stand for.
Is this gratifying for you?
It's really gratifying.
Yeah.
But it's not satisfying.
Yeah, I feel that with you.
You know, and there's more to be had because there's more need.
Yeah, I get
it. And the more you solve, the more problems appear.
The bucket always has a hole in the bottom.
It always does,
Always,
Marty.
brother.
And I can't quench my thirst.
No, I see it too.
Right.
I do. I sit there with my wife saying, "Damn, I'm getting 500 emails a day, and they all need help."
Yeah. And you and I started that way because we said, you know, let's do the Get Marty. Get Marty plus Bazzi.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yes, sir.
And we looked at all the submissions that you got and all the ones I got, and I think we were picking one a week.
Yeah.
And
so what we have to do is focus on what we can do. Otherwise, you get buried in it. The frustration, sir.
Well, you do, and you do have to focus on what's in front of you. But I mean, Marty, you and I both have a problem with that. You know, it's very hard to do that.
I know.
You know, we have all these external influences.
Oh, I got it, man.
And then when we hear Josh from the Education Partnership, Josh is one of the most articulate men in this field of education.
Yeah.
Just amazing, right?
Yep.
And he spoke to, did you see Patrick DeMayo here with his wife, Anita?
Yeah.
So Anita was speaking to Josh. She was so impressed with Josh, she's volunteered now to go down to their facility to help them.
Got to take a break. Love you, Bazzi.
No.
You're
No
my
breaks.
man.
No.
My man said 10,000 backpacks. They're going to get there. It's astounding, that number. We'll be right back, folks.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Rain and 74 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Luigi Mangione pleaded guilty today to 2 federal stalking charges. Prosecutors say he tracked down and fatally shot United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson on a Manhattan sidewalk in 2024. ABC News chief investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky is outside the federal courthouse in Manhattan.
He said that he stalked Brian Thompson after learning there would be an investor conference for United Healthcare. He didn't know the exact location. He said he emailed United Healthcare posing as an investor with $50 million in capital so that he could learn it would be at a hotel in Midtown Manhattan. And from there, it's Mangione seen on video shooting Brian Thompson in the back.
A developer has filed paperwork to start the first phase of construction on a data center complex in Beaver County. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has that story.
Las Vegas-based Switch Data Centers plans to build 3 buildings at the former Pitt International Race Complex. The facility of over 600,000 square feet would get its power from the First Energy grid and tap existing public water with a projected use of about 9,000 gallons a day. The developer estimates noise will not exceed 75 decibels. The Pittsburgh Business Times reports Big Beaver Borough's Planning Committee will hold its first meeting on the application on August 27th. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
A new clock is in place at the entrance to Peters Township's municipal complex. Time appeared to be standing still in the complex on East McMurray Road when the old clock stopped working years ago. Funding for the Peters Township to get the new clock came from a $25,000 American Spirit grant from the Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency. The grants were given to each municipality in the county to mark the United States' 250th birthday. A plaque at the base of the clock notes the clock was dedicated in honor of the nation's semi-quincentennial. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 114 points, and Nasdaq down 97. The S&P 500 down 11 points. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update, 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, and the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
My boy J.K. in Oakmont does it again. This new joint, Twin Borough Bar and Grill, just over the viaduct, Verona. Insane smash burgers, milkshakes, hot dogs, lobster roll, brisket, chicken sandwiches. I ate there with my family, blew me away. Adult slushies. You've never seen anything like it. The place is brand new, Twin Borough Bar and Grill in Verona. It's amazing. Check it out. Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DiLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DiLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks. life in the blink of an eye. My son, Vince, is turning 16. Wow. And I'm calling Oakmont Bakery, and I'm looking on their page because they have 3,000 ideas for handmade cakes, bespoke, anything you want. Flavors, shapes, sizes, you name it, they do it. Made my daughter insanely cool ballet slippers for her 16th. Oakmont Bakery. Delicious.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Surprise. Wait, do I know you? You use your Discover cashback card to earn 5% cashback on restaurants all quarter. Yeah. Now, it's payback time.
Whoa, hold on.
Go ahead.
Oh, you mean my Discover cashback.
I told you there'd be payback.
You know, you have a weird way of delivering good news.
I'm working on that.
Activate and earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases.
Terms apply. See discover.com/5 for details.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds and a few intervals of hazy sun for the rest of today. It'll be warm and humid with a stray shower, mainly early, the high 81. Partly cloudy tonight, though 65. Partly sunny and warm tomorrow, high 84. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, one storm is all it takes. Service Master Greater Pittsburgh responds when the unexpected happens. You know who to call. 412-RECOVER.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Believe it or not, parents are now getting arrested. And their crime? Allowing their children to go outside and play unsupervised. Hi, everybody. McGraw-Millhaven here. We'll talk about that. And Matt Wolf is going to be along, our entertainment guru, to give us all the news on the hot new streaming shows to watch. It's America at Night with me, McGraw-Millhaven, right here. Tonight at 10 on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Oh, we're live in Wexford at Schultz Ford with one of my friends. I've been friends with Richard Bazzi for pushing 20 years. I say this about him, and it's actually true. He cannot say no. He has a predisposition to help people. He has found a great success with helping people. There's two men I know like you. One of them is Bob Tootie with Tootie Mechanical. He has a $100 million HVAC company. He's put 500 free furnaces in homes. And he believes, Bazzi, that charity breeds success. That when you have a kind heart and you're kind to people, it comes back on you and benefits you in your business. Do you feel that?
You know what? I do.
Okay.
But it's not the goal.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, you kind of did.
No, I think you do it because you love it, but I also think
that's why I do it.
Yeah.
But that's not why everybody does it.
No,
Sometimes people do it for a check mark.
I agree.
For a tax deduction.
I agree.
And that's why you had that young man on here with 781 backpacks he gave.
Yep.
That comes from his heart.
It does.
That doesn't come from his checkbook.
No,
it doesn't come from. That's his heart. Now, find me those people.
Right on.
And by the way, Bobby Tootie and I are friends.
Yeah, I love him.
So I agree with what you said about him.
Yeah.
He's a fabulous individual. Went to Central Catholic.
Yes, he did.
With my brother-in-law, Pat Olivo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Of course, Pat's a friend.
Yeah, and so the people like Bobby are what's needed in this community, right? But it's just we do this because it's supposed to be so gratifying.
Yeah.
And it's more frustrating than it is gratifying sometimes. Because while this all looks wonderful, and there's 10,000 backpacks that we're going to give to the Education Partnership, it leaves an empty hole because I know that 10,000 could very well be 20,000.
I agree.
Right? So, yeah, that's the frustration.
The bucket always has a hole in it.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And it's wonderful because it gives us the opportunity. And I love it.
And you've trained your kids, your daughter's the same way.
100%. She's exactly the same.
And your son, who's standing here, is the same way.
My son is the same way.
And you make it that. You lead by example, do you not, sir?
I do, Marty. It's just what we do. It's like I said, it's who we are and it's what we do.
I love you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. I know you're busy.
Hi.
I brought one of my favorite stories with him is a state trooper sent me a note. This is the truth. That he couldn't get his pickup truck fixed. It had rust in it. And could Bazzi fix it for him? This is a true story. And we had it towed here to Schultz Ford. And Bazzi had his people take a look at it. And they couldn't fix it. And so he says to me, have the guy had cancer. He says, have the guy come to the dealership here in Wexford. So he pulls the truck into the dealership. And Bazzi's people look at it and say, man, it's got frame damage. He needs a new truck. And Bazzi gave that man a new truck. He just did. Patrick, are you listening?
I am.
Talk about our beautiful little friend who just passed from cancer and how much Bazzi did for her and her mother.
Oh, my gosh. JC, if everybody remembers JC, battled brain cancer for several years. Just a sweet little angel. And, man, Mr. Bazzi stepped up huge for them, helped them with a car, allowed mom to take JC to and from her treatments, to school. Just awful losing her. Her struggle is finally over. Her pain is done.
He made it possible for them to live a normal life. As normal as you can.
Really did.
And the thing about this sort of life is that guys like him are always asked to give people cars. And cars are 50 grand. And he can't do that all the time, but he sure can help. And he does. And I respect the hell out of him. Patrick's seen it firsthand. Hopping back to the last hour, one of our boys, a man who's been in law enforcement for more than 40 years, and I trust in my life, Bob Garvin, was listening into the ICE dilemma. Bob, this whole situation of having these taser kind of gloves, these shock gloves, you don't like that, do you, sir?
No, I do not.
Tell us why.
Nothing against these ICE agents. They are doing an impossible job under impossible circumstances. But this is basically a political battle, and they're caught up in it. ICE agents are not trained police officers. They should not be using equipment of police tactics. There is really no need for ICE operations out in the field. We never had them prior to 2003. What we did have under, including President Obama, who deported more people ever, was a system that worked. But with the politics and the woke and the fighting back and forth, these ICE agents get caught up. Ask Jim Klingensmith. Ask anybody. What used to happen is police officers made arrests. You do warrant checks on them or you get information. If there was an ICE detainer on them, we would call ICE, and ICE would say 90% of the time, know about it, it's administrative, cut them loose. If not, we'd take them to night court. The judge would hold them. ICE would come the next day in a safe, secure environment and do the process. I don't even see why, and we all know it's politics, why we have these field operators, but they're not trained police officers. They're doing impossible work without the correct training and tools.
Hey, what about the gloves themselves? A cop that I know very well and knows this stuff texted me saying, the reason why you have a taser is because you're trying to subdue them from a distance, that the gloves don't work that way. What's your take?
I never used chemical mace. I never used a taser in my life, so I'm not an expert on it. But we employed tactics that overwhelmingly, when you made an arrest, you grabbed the person, we had them cuffed as fast as possible. Half the time, their shoes were still sitting there. They were under arrest so quick. We didn't do any time to give the person an opportunity to make the first move.
The ice gloves. Patrick says why they need the gloves. You could argue that they're already hands-on with the detainee at that point. What do you say?
Well, the problem with that is you're holding on to a guy. I'm holding on to the guy. I got my gloves. And in a fight, there isn't like numbered squares of where to touch. And it's been mine, unfortunate, like with mace. You mace a guy, all the other cops get maced too. So I'm not real familiar on the subject, but no, I don't like it.
God, I don't either. Bob Garvin, thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
You take care. Have a good weekend, Marty.
The cops that I know, and I know a couple ICE agents, I asked them, and they said, number one, they don't have the gloves here yet. And they said, number two, primarily is they don't have the same voltage as a taser, and they like that. And to Patrick's point, they're already in close proximity to these guys, and it might help them to detain them. We'll see what happens. But they don't have them in the Pittsburgh region yet. We'll see. Folks, we'll be right back.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Time to get that painting project done that you've been putting off by calling CertaPro Painters. Hi, this is Larry Richard. My first experience more than a decade ago started with a free estimate. They got that done quickly and left the place beautifully cleaned up after a great professional job. And each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. That makes all the difference in the world. You're talking to the owner. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The best time to recommit to your gut health goals? Right now. Take charge of your gut with Nature Made. Our clinically studied ingredients support digestive health. Digestive enzymes break down nutrients. Probiotic and prebiotic fiber nourish good gut bacteria. And super greens with probiotics empower daily digestive health. Try the full lineup of gut health support from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
New to Medicare, get covered with MediConnect. Listen Wednesdays around 1:40 to hear Lance O'Brien of MediConnect help you navigate the Medicare process. Simply great, unbiased information to get you the best healthcare coverage. Get covered with MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
5 games in 2 days. It's the 3rd annual KDKA Kickoff Classic, live from the Wolf Arena August 28th and 29th. Teams from Western Pennsylvania and New Jersey's Bergen Catholic make their way to the home of the Wolverines for a 2-day extravaganza of high school football. Get the full schedule at KDKRadio.com. It's powered by Bowser Chevrolet. High school football lives on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Oh, that's the power of Bowser.
August is here, and there's still plenty of summer left to explore with Bowser Hyundai. Now's the perfect time to upgrade during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. The 2026 Hyundai Tucson all-wheel drive brings versatility to your ride, and right now at Bowser Hyundai, a 2026 Dealer of the Year winner, you can get 0% for 60 months or 1.9% for 72 months. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles powertrain limited warranty. So don't wait. Get to BowserHyundai.com today. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $490 applies with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends August 31st. BowserHyundai.com.
Oh, that's the power of Bowser.
Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When the paycheck stops, the planning starts. Brian Quaranta here, and I want to let you know that retirement isn't about a number. It's about income that lasts through every stage of life. Secure Money Advisors focuses on building retirement strategies around income, tax efficiency, healthcare planning, and legacy protection, all working together in one coordinated plan. If you'd like to know more, you can go to righttrackyourretirement.com, get a copy of my book, Where Your Retirement Journey Begins, on the Right Track.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The U.S. cattle herd right now the smallest in 75 years. Part of the reason the cost of steak, ground beef, ribs, and more are at all-time highs and likely to go even higher. Tyson Foods, the nation's largest meat packer, closing at least 2 beef processing plants in the U.S., selling another one, and it's blaming higher cost and that lack of cattle. Shares of Tyson right now up 3.5% on a down day for Wall Street on signs that the U.S. consumer not spending as much as before. Retail sales in July fell by the most in over a year. Right now, we have the Dow and the S&P 500 each down about 0.5%, the NASDAQ 0.33% lower. With no movement in reopening that Strait of Hormuz to tankers, oil is a little higher. It's getting closer to $82 a barrel. And SpaceX completing a $60 billion acquisition of the AI coding startup Cursor. With that takeover, SpaceX CEO Elon Musk said AI is the present and future of his company. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Live at Schultz Ford in Wexford today, collecting backpacks. They will hit 10,000. It's amazing, the kindness and the generosity of this town, this community. Stop by. Anthony, thanks for your patience, brother. Jump in here.
Marty.
What's up, brother?
The issue is very, very clear. As the officer you were talking to, the ex-officer, under the Obama administration, they had cooperation with local law enforcement, state law enforcement. And what you have now is the radicals have taken over the criminal justice system, and you got these county councils, city councils, state legislators, honestly, putting the public in danger. If you don't, people have to understand, as you see on the internet, ordinary traffic stops are becoming confrontational. These are traffic stops. You don't have the right to get out and start fighting with the cop when they ask you for your insurance or a license. And I mean, it's getting out of hand, man. Somebody's going to get hurt with these gloves, though. This is going to get ugly.
Yeah. I'm not a cop, obviously. I'm kind of an idiot. What's your take on the gloves?
Well, it's ripe for mischief. Somebody's going to have a heart attack. And we, the taxpayers, are going to have to cover it. It's not needed. But I do understand what's going on. You have sanctuary cities, and you're disallowing local law enforcement to buffer the protesters and even help you with the arrest of the people who are here illegally. It is still against federal law to come here illegally. These people may not like that. Then they need to change the law. But that's the law, Marty.
The gloves bother me for several reasons. You have a lot of people tussling. You have to be in close contact. You can't use the taser. You use the taser to subdue them. Now you actually have to have your hands on them. It's a little bit disconcerting, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but Marty, look, they've taken the nightstick away. They've taken the billy club away. And I'm telling you, if you see it every day on your phone, people aren't complying. They're fighting you. And then you've got interference from others who are standing around with their phone. They want to get in between the cop and the suspect. You've got total mayhem out here.
Now the cops say that these gloves have less of a charge than a taser. Does that help? Does that calm your nerves? Does that make you feel okay about them, Anthony? I don't think so.
When they're tussling, you got two people trying to put handcuffs on. You touch the other cop, you've disabled him now. Now the suspect may get an advantage. This thing is going to get ugly real quick. That's too close, man.
It is too close. And when you were demonstrating back in the day, you were always dealing with professional cops that work with federal agents. None of that happens now. They don't work together.
No, we got permits.
With ICE.
We didn't have spontaneous protests. We had to get permits. The police would block off traffic and allow us. First thing they told us, you can't do it in the street. That's obstruction of traffic. You'll go to jail. We had organized protests, man. You didn't have this nonsense like you have today, where you'll shut down freeways and highways, and I blame local government for allowing this nonsense to happen. They fermented a lot of what's gone wrong in this country with between law and order.
Hey, before you go, I've got to get your take on downtown. The mayor is always at the ribbon cuttings for these restaurants, but I had a guy on at 10:30 this morning. He owns a restaurant on 6th, and they still got a massive homeless problem. Guys are walking in, stealing the tips from his restaurant, robbing him, and they can't get an arrest. I don't care how many businesses open. You can't make downtown work unless you stop that ridiculousness. Is that not fair to say?
Yeah, and at this point, he's a little different than what the Gainey and the Peduto crowd was. These people have violated the law. There's vagrancy law, there's loitering laws, and the Supreme Court says you as a city can eliminate encampments. You have the authority to do it. But the problem is we've got gutless politicians who won't do it. They're worried about optics. The heck with optics. If we got a beautiful optics now downtown. It's called barren. That's what we got. We've got a barren landscape.
Hey, I haven't heard any issues at Target in East Liberty, and I know you go there. Is it better with the teens and the takeovers? Is it better, sir?
Yes, we haven't had one of those in a while. Thank goodness. I don't know who people have talked to, and we've had the larger police presence. But we've got a homeless issue here, too, and a lot of it comes from these Catholic churches and stuff. I mean, they're altruistic. They give them folks overnight stays, but they let them out in the daylight, and they're just sitting around getting drunk. So no business is going to start if you got drunks and hooligans walking around all day, Marty. It just doesn't work. And that's the shame of everything that you and I grew up with. We had discipline. You had authority. You have none of that now. And that's just a shame. And all of us can't move to the suburbs.
No. But East Liberty is better from what you're saying.
Yes, it's better. I have to admit, it's better. But if we don't stop Lawrenceville will get this. We'll be talking the same thing when we got the strip. We'll be had in town if you don't stop this stuff.
And Market Square is better. I had a business owner on last night. It's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. So they're making some progress there.
But Marty, you remember that elderly guy who was homeless? You've been noticed for 20 years. And you tried to get him help with his family. He's perched out on Liberty Avenue. He's got about 6 or 7 carts full of garbage. One morning I was on the bus going to town, and there were rats running all over it. I mean, you got to clean that up, man. Somebody's got to put this guy under control, because this is outrageous. A big city.
Where is he now? Where is he now? Where is he now?
He's down by Liberty. He's on Liberty Avenue in Lawrenceville, down from that U-Haul.
Oh, I know exactly where you're at. Thank you, brother.
Right on the main drag.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Good night, man. Be safe with the family.
I want to make an observation about what's happening here at Schultz Ford. So they have all this stuff here. They have this backpack collection, and they've collected like 8,000, which is amazing. So they have snacks and treats for folks. So there's a coffee truck. There's a pizza cart, which is amazing. And there's an ice cream truck. This is a true story. They had to tow the ice cream truck in here because the engine broke down. While the ice cream truck is serving ice cream, Bazzi has his mechanics under the truck, hoping to fix it so they can drive out of here. Meantime, they're serving ice cream. It's absolutely hysterical. The ice cream truck broke down. Fabulous stuff. Come on out, folks. Check us out. We'll be right back.
Are you turning 65 and have questions about Medicare? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. You may also qualify for a monthly credit toward your Part B premium. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Cloudy and 76 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of five-star reviews. Trust PJ.com. A Pittsburgh police officer shot a man last night in Lincoln, Lementing, Belmar. Police were called to the 6000 block of Lyric Street around 8:40, where three men were reportedly arguing in the street, threatening to pull guns. Allegheny County Police Assistant Superintendent Victor Joseph says when officers arrived, they found a man with a gun who was told numerous times to drop it.
The male refused and turned abruptly in the officer's direction. One officer discharged his weapon, striking the male.
The man was taken to a hospital in critical condition. The Pittsburgh police officer who shot him is on administrative leave, and Allegheny County Police are investigating. Luigi Mangione pleaded guilty today to 2 federal stalking charges. Prosecutors say he tracked down and fatally shot United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson on a Manhattan sidewalk in 2024. ABC News chief investigative correspondent Aaron Katarski is outside the federal courthouse in Manhattan.
He said that he stalked Brian Thompson after learning there would be an investor conference for United Healthcare. He didn't know the exact location. He said he emailed United Healthcare posing as an investor with $50 million in capital so that he could learn it would be at a hotel in Midtown Manhattan. And from there, it's Mangione seen on video shooting Brian Thompson in the back.
Police are investigating a fatal hit-and-run accident in Kennedy Township. Officer on patrol found the 72-year-old McKees Rocks man along the 1600 block of Pine Hollow Road around 12:15 a.m. Wayne McGinley was declared dead at a hospital. Investigators are trying to get a description of the vehicle involved. The Pennsylvania Game Commission is eliminating deputy game wardens. News Radio KDK's David Bolorado has more.
In emails to deputy wardens that have been widely circulated on social media, the commission called the decision very difficult and said, quote, it was not reached without intense consideration. The commission has used deputies for 123 years, but as of September 1st, the program is gone. In addition to a daily stipend of $100, the volunteers were given a uniform and gear, all of which must be returned to the commission by October 1st. That means the 155 full-time game wardens will soon be responsible for conservation and law enforcement on their own. The Fish and Boat Commission is also making a similar move, meaning between the two agencies, 176 deputies are being cut. David Bolorado, News Radio KDKA.
A new report is raising concerns about bacteria levels in 2 southwestern Pennsylvania rivers. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has the details.
The report from Penn Environment found 55% of monitored locations statewide had potentially unsafe E. coli levels on at least one day in 2025. In southwestern Pennsylvania, E. coli levels on the Monongahela River near Baldwin exceeded the EPA's health risk threshold on 83% of the days it was tested. And on the Allegheny River southeast of Oil City, levels exceeded that threshold every day the river was tested. The group is calling for better water quality monitoring and more investment in wastewater and stormwater systems to help keep the river safe for recreation. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 124 points, the Nasdaq down 119, the S&P 500 down 17. KDK Sports, the Steelers won last night. The Pirates open a weekend series with the Red Sox tonight at 6:40. Bubba Chandler gets a start for the Bucks. KDK Radio News Time 103. Right now in Pittsburgh, it's cloudy and 76 degrees. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Hey, folks, it's Marty Griffin. You're going to get help here. What's stopping people from filing bankruptcy? My friend Harold Shepley has the answer.
So many times people, they want to pick up the phone. They know they need help, but they're afraid of losing their car, afraid of losing their house. They're worried about their credit, or they're just simply embarrassed. And bankruptcy helps you keep those things. We can get your credit back in just a few short months. And believe it or not, about half of your friends have already filed bankruptcy.
Check them out at ShepleyLaw.com.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us.
I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father, not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on.
And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Join Family House for one of Pittsburgh's favorite fall traditions, the 43rd Annual Family House Polo Match, presented by FNB Corporation. Enjoy an unforgettable afternoon of professional polo, great food and drinks, live music, shopping, and family fun, all while supporting families with loved ones receiving medical care. Every ticket helps provide comfort, hope, and a home away from home. Get tickets today at familyhouse.org, bringing Pittsburgh together for families facing medical journeys.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds and some hazy sun for the rest of today. It'll be warm but humid. A shower in spots, mainly early, the high 81. Partly cloudy, mild tonight, though 65. A mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, high 84. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kenodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I always tell my wife, our kids watch us, and then they do what we've done. And when we do things with Get Marty, we'll go to I'll bring my son to McKee's Rocks when we put a furnace in a house. And I'll say, this is what you do for people to make a difference. And that way, they can end up caring and making a difference. And some young people just do it because they love to make a difference. And I'm sitting here with a young man who does. Colin, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Colin Arthrell, owner and founder of Colin's Elves.
With quite the hairdo.
Yeah, thank you.
He's a platinum blonde. He's so darn cute.
Thank you.
There's a little inside joke. When I played for Central, we all shaved our heads, and my son and all his friends, when they went to swim in the state, they all bleached their hair. It's kind of what young guys do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It is what it is, right?
Yep.
But you did this for another reason. Tell us what you accomplished and how many backpacks you dropped off.
Within the past couple months, we collected 425 backpacks that we brought here today. We dropped off 150 in the West Mifflin location 2 months ago.
Nice.
And we stocked 150 of those backpacks prior to the Backpack Brigade and gave them to local families in Allegheny County.
Why, man? Why do you do this? What motivates you?
Honestly, just you got to think about, like, there's kids that don't have stuff that we have, and going to school, seeing people, because I've known a couple people that don't have as much stuff as others, and it really just saddens me. So being out there to help other people is just honestly a great thing.
With all due respect to most teens, they have a very narrow-minded, focused view of the world.
Yeah.
They take pictures of their new dress or what they have for dinner. They send it out on Instagram, and they pose on Mount Washington, and they get on with their day, which is fine.
Yeah.
Somehow, somewhere along the way, you decided to do more. Where did that come from? Mom and dad?
Honestly, I was raised pretty well.
Pretty well, not really well.
No, pretty
They
well.
dropped the ball at some point.
You know, my
They're
dad's
here laughing their butts off. It's hysterical.
My dad's gave me some discipline. My mom's was always there for me. And honestly, just great family.
And Collins Elves, I love the name. Who came up with that?
I did at the age of 8.
No.
Yeah.
You were truly elves at that point.
Yeah, I had big ears at the time, too. I looked like an elf.
You did. And so you have this philanthropic gene that you've kind of carried this out to grand scale.
Yeah.
What was $7,000 worth of stuff?
7,628 items.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, thank you.
And how do you get it?
Not only by me and my parents, but we have supporters. We have big supporters like Tomco and a bunch of other corporations that have sent us stuff. And I also have a Amazon list. We have a Facebook page. We are actually launching our stocking stuffers and everything for this year this Sunday, which we are going to be supplying the link in.
And how many people do you have involved in this?
Honestly, I don't have a rough estimate, but it's probably around the world.
Wow.
Not around the world, but like around the country.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a bunch of great people. We've collected items from every state within the past couple of years. So
nice. Yeah. Wow. So you're not just a backpack guy. You have plans to do much more.
Yes. Every year we fill up stockings, and we get around 4,000, 5,000 stockings each year, which we take down to a naval port, which we mainly do Virginia, and we just give them out.
It's fantastic, man.
Thank you.
It's really cool. Dad, come over here. Put the headset on.
Oh,
yeah. Dad has a Collins Elves shirt on. You got to be proud. Huh?
Extremely proud.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
He's the youngest of 3 of our boys. The other 2 are in the Navy.
Whoa.
And that I don't know if that's what he actually stated is how he started it. Was he made a stocking for his brother.
Oh.
With little knickknacks around the house, a cell phone charger, stuff that he would miss.
Yeah.
And he sent it to him at 8 years old, all by himself. And his brother opened it up on FaceTime.
Oh, that's fantastic.
With a bunch of friends. And the friends said, "Oh, man, I wish I had a brother to do that."
Oh, no.
So that year, we built about 15, 20 stockings. And then the following year was our first ship we did. And I think, have actually distributed over 50,000 stockings.
Whoa.
We do hand them out in person aboard carriers down in Norfolk, and it's such a humbling experience,
amazing, man.
It's such a humbling experience. We get help from all types of military families and Facebook groups. We have our own website, collinselves.org.
Wow. I love this, man. How do you motivate teens? Mostly they want to dye their hair and play football. Huh? How do you do that? I mean, it's very unusual.
The football's all new this year.
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah, he's a lifelong soccer player, and
he finally realized that the girls love football players. It finally hit you. It finally hit you, didn't it? My son's at a swim. He's like, Dad, where are the chicks? I said, at the football game, man. Now he's on creatine. I admire any teenager that gives a damn about anything but except themselves, and you should be proud.
I'm very proud.
Where's Mom? Mom, don't even think you're getting away with this. Get over here, Mom. Come on, Mom. Dad, give Mom the headset. Collins Elves. Philanthropic as hell. It's got to be so rewarding for you to see this transpire, right?
Yes, it's humbling. You know, he knows that there's people that need and deserve things.
Are you crying?
I'm crying a lot,
That's
yeah.
so adorable.
This whole day is just like, whoa, emotions.
Why though? I love this.
Because you can screw up anything else in life. This you can't. And he's paying it forward, and what else can you ask for?
And he'll be this way till he's my age.
And beyond. Beyond.
Yeah. Once you get the itch and you see someone smile, you make it, right?
Yes.
And now she's getting me choked up. I think that the best we can do is the best we can do so that our kids see us do these good things, right?
Correct.
And then his kids will be the same way.
Yes.
And they'll all peroxide bleach their hair.
Exactly.
Did you do that to him?
No, I did not.
Who did?
It was a fundraiser for football. Which, hey, I think he looks pretty darn cute.
I think he's cute.
Yeah, he used to have this big fro.
Yeah.
So
and football players, the kickers, they can have 20-year careers without stuttering and stammering and screwing up their head.
Exactly.
It's the best position on the team.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of speaking to do in the future, so he better keep his head on.
My man. Put the headset on him real quick. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you.
Colin, hey, Dad, can you write down some contact info? I want to stay in touch with you guys. We do a lot of stuff like this with Get Marty. I really love this whole idea. Good luck to you, my man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it takes a special young man to look beyond the life he has right in front of him, which is fun.
Yeah.
Football, soccer,
Yeah.
school, girls, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, man, when you fill a stocking or you buy a backpack and you put on a stranger's back and change their lives, that's significant, brother.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, man, congratulations. That's a hell of a story. That made my whole damn day.
Thank you.
We'll be right back, folks.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
Progressive Insurance. Protect your family, your phone, and your furry friends with life, electronic device, and pet health insurance.
Strong communities are built by skilled hands, hands belonging to Pennsylvania laborers. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, and energy projects, union laborers are trained, certified, and committed to getting the job done. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council is building careers with outstanding training, family-supporting wages, excellent benefits, and a safer future for workers across the Commonwealth. Love them. When quality matters, build with union laborers. Learn more about the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council and the professionals who are building every day.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When was the last time you watched your home movies?
Disasters strike unexpectedly. Every year, American families lose the one thing they'd run back into a burning building for, their family's memories. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box to help save your family's most important recorded moments so you don't have to worry.
Load Legacy Box with your old movies, film reels, and shoeboxes of photos.
We work our digitizing magic, converting those memories right to the cloud so they're safe and accessible forever.
It's fast, we always send your originals back, and it's done right here in the USA.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box. Better Homes and Garden, Real Simple, and Inc. magazine are all talking about Legacy Box.
New York Times columnist David Pogue says, have them digitized. I wish I'd done it sooner. Take action. Save your family's memories today with Legacy Box.
Go to legacybox.com/value to get an incredible 50% off your Legacy Box. That's legacybox.com/value for 50% off while supplies last. legacybox.com/value.
This is attorney Ed Shenderovich. Have you been injured because of someone else's fault? Want to find out what your case is worth? Visit 98twins.com for a free evaluation. At Shenderovich, and Fishman, we've got your back, not your wallet.
Are you tired of climbing over that dirty, old, slippery tub? Your bathtub should be beautiful, functional, and safe. PJ Fitzpatrick is pleased to offer the Jacuzzi Shower System, installed in just one day, featuring low entry thresholds and designer walls and fixtures. You'll step right into luxury. Plus, PJ is offering a free shower seat and safety bars for all customers this month. Schedule your free design consultation at trustpj.com.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing medicine.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Okay. Watching folks make a difference. Josh Weisgeid, this is his life, trying to make a difference in education with the Education Partnership. You run into a lot of disenfranchised teens. That's a way to put it.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So it's kind of inspirational to see a kid like that, isn't it?
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
I said, how do we get more of you?
Yeah.
Same thing, Nathan this morning or Colin here. It's how do you create this mentality of giving, of givers gain, of whatever that is, and if there's a way to do it, if you tell other people that it exists, first you got to make sure that people know it's a thing. Make sure kids understand that it's possible.
His mom's sitting there crying. It's just beautiful, huh?
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Well, that's where it starts.
Oh man,
that's where it starts. We were saying earlier with Richard on the air, one caring adult. Like if you can get one adult to just say to a kid like, hey, and it doesn't have to be caring like, oh, I love you. Oh,
no.
Do you
I
need?
get it.
It's caring like, hey, I'm watching you. Somebody is paying attention to you. And that's really, and then if one thing leads to another, you can get to the next step of mentorship and what you can do and what you should do. But it starts with just making sure that someone is out there looking at you. You're not invisible.
Oh.
Makes all the difference in the world.
It's hard to find. It's hard to find someone that cares at that age. And they learn it from mom and dad. And he'll never, ever change, which is a beautiful thing.
That's something I love about sports, about competition, about things like that. Is a lot of kids, regardless of your situation at home, they find that person at school because they got to go.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're supposed to go, but they got to go. So if you don't have that person at home, a lot of times that person becomes. Or your coach becomes that person.
Right on.
Some kids, they don't connect with the classroom. And this is the education guy telling you.
No, I get it. Yeah.
And that's okay. I tell kids all the time, you don't have to love everything. You don't have to get straight A's. I want you to find one thing that you really love to do so that whenever you're done with this school thing, you have some idea of what you're good at, what brings you joy. But it's unrealistic to think you're going to be great at everything. And when you break it down.
But to see teens stepping up, man, that's magnificent to me.
Yeah.
And we were talking about teachers earlier in the dynamic of how important they are. I was bouncing around, had no clue what I wanted to do with my life, and I wrote a paper in an English class in college, true story. And a teacher came out of the classroom and grabbed me and said, "My man, what the hell are you doing in pre-law? This is the best paper I've ever read. I changed my major and here I sit." And my point is, you mentioned this morning, how important teachers are to this process. The magnificent impact. That was one conversation in a hallway. I'm serious about this. And my point is, or a coach. My coach sent me a letter about my attitude and my passion. And I think we lose sight of the impact that these people have on these kids, right?
It's unfathomable.
It's unfathomable.
Every person has that story about that teacher. Volunteers come through the education partnerships in droves. And a lot of times we'll say, you got to, as an icebreaker, get to know your coworkers. You got to set the mood in the room.
Yeah.
Who's that teacher on your mind today? And the stories you hear from people about, so-and-so was my math teacher. They're the ones that got me down this road of accounting. So-and-so was my school counselor. So-and-so was my football coach. They taught me early is on time is late. And that's the only thing I remembered. But it served me well.
The problem is, and I've seen this and I know you live it, is the burden on a teacher today is insane, because now their mother, father, doctor, lawyer, right?
Yeah. Social worker.
Counselor, nurse, financier.
Friend.
Bail bondsman. Grief. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what you said is so true. A lot of them are like, I can't handle all this, right?
I went to school to be a teacher. Do you know how many teachers feel disenfranchised?
I'm getting my ass kicked here.
They come out of, shout out Point Park University, one of the best in the country developing teachers. Kids come out with their diploma, they get into a classroom. The truth is, depending on your school, you might be lucky if you get to teach that day.
True.
You're a social worker first. You're a counselor first.
True.
And then maybe you get to do that thing that you worked on in school to become a teacher. But we ask teachers to do a lot that's not teach.
Yeah. It's a hell of a job.
So we got to support them. If we're going to ask them to do that, we got to give them resources to do that.
It's true. And so many kids are failing at the public school level. It almost becomes a situation of hopelessness. And here's what happens in Pittsburgh. And I know you know this. Anyone who has a cent, money, and they'll take side jobs. I'll send them anywhere but there. So in public schools, you end up with poor folks and disenfranchised kids and teachers who are pounding the wall. How do we fix that, man? How?
We need to focus on priorities in those schools.
Yes.
Like why you say public education.
Yeah.
But that's painting with a broad brush.
It does.
You're talking about both Upper St. Clair and Pittsburgh public schools in one breath. Public school. You can't say it doesn't work when it does work some places, it doesn't work other places. So this isn't a public school issue.
Yeah.
This is a why is that school being successful versus that school?
Right.
What are those dollars being invested in? How many dollars are there? And you're right. If we see better outcomes from schools that have infinite budgets, that's where people are going to try and go.
Or they see success.
Yeah.
As I mentioned this morning, Pittsburgh spends $32,000 a student, Mount Lebanon spends $16,000. Something's missing somewhere in that equation, is there not?
Success breeds success.
It does.
They have communities around them that can support that school.
Right on.
And I think that's a lot of the role that the education partnership plays here.
Yeah.
Is we provide access so that the community can participate in under-resourced schools throughout southwestern Pennsylvania. When we're talking about amazing communities down in Greene County, you're talking about Bobtown School District, Mapletown School District. These are awesome people. But they need the community to support that school. And the community loves them and they love the community, but you got to have an avenue to do it. So, this is about, there's a lot of different issues.
Who all will get these backpacks?
This is going to be 280 schools throughout the 8-county region.
Oh, nice.
the sole prerequisite to join the program is that when your school applies, at least 70% of your students have to be eligible for the National School Lunch Program.
Which, by the way, means they're poor.
That's right.
And
Low to moderate income, LMI
and there's
community.
a lot of schools where 90% of the kids are.
When you look at our 82,000 kids, 95% are on the NSLP.
It breaks your heart.
So we have to draw that 70%
No,
line.
it's true, man.
But schools in our program, they're 100%. There's a couple that are 80% that pull it down, but most are 100%.
Thanks, my man. We'll be right back, folks.
Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum recognizes Pennsylvania's combat veterans who have received medals for gallantry. With this Hall of Valor moment, here's the curator of Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum, Michael Krause.
U.S. Army Major Joseph Thompson of Beaver County received the Medal of Honor for Gallantry in World War I while in France in the fall of 1918. Major Thompson, a former Pitt football star, constantly encouraged his battalion on while braving machine gun and artillery fire. When the advance of his companies was held up by a hostile machine gun nest with 6 friendly tanks disabled, Major Thompson rushed forward on foot 3 separate times in advance of the assaulting line and led a remaining tank to within a few yards of the enemy. The tank succeeded in making it possible for the infantry to advance.
For the perfect wedding up to 300, the magnificent ballroom and balcony is a truly unique setting to begin your new life together. For information, visit soldiersandsailorshall.org.
Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. Call the Cousins.
The Cousins are giving away a new roof because every family deserves a safe roof over their heads. Think you or someone you know deserves a new roof? Enter the End of Summer Cousins Roof Giveaway for your chance to receive up to $15,000 towards a brand new roof. Don't wait. Visit callthecousins.com and enter today.
Call the Cousins.
Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. Call the Cousins.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Cloudy and 76 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. A man wanted for parole violations was taken into custody after police discovered a large-scale marijuana growing operation in Washington County. According to the Mount Pleasant police, Dante Sinceri, who was on parole for multiple felony offenses in Colorado, including kidnapping and sexual assault, also was arrested on August 12th. While taking Sinceri into custody on Southview Road in McDonald, police observed what appeared to be an attempt to destroy evidence. The police search resulted in the discovery of 9 firearms and 3 truckloads of evidence from the 4-story barn, which was equipped with multiple grow rooms to produce large quantities of marijuana. The investigation remains ongoing. If you drive through Oakland these days, you'll see the University of Pittsburgh is set to welcome new and returning students. But there's a major change about what students should be bringing to campus. We have more from News Radio KDK's David Bolorado.
As of the first of the month, electric scooters cannot be parked or stored on any university property. That includes up against a tree or a trash can, not even garages other than the PG garage on O'Hara. They've already been banned from being stored in residence halls and academic halls for a few years. The school cites a number of safety reasons for the new policy, including trying to reduce collisions with pedestrians and vehicles, not to mention the fire risk posed by lithium-ion batteries. It's already against state law to use them on a sidewalk or a public road. They can only operate legally on privately owned property. Because of that, Pitt has emailed students telling them not to bring an e-scooter to campus this year. If you disobey the policy, the scooter will be impounded. Students will be fined $100 the first time, $200 the second. David Bolorado, News Radio KDKA.
Pittsburgh has passed the average rainfall for August in less than 2 weeks. So far, the National Weather Service says there's been 4.16 inches of rain here in the last 12 days of the month. More than a half inch, the monthly average of 3.52 inches. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 127 points, and Nasdaq down 121. The S&P 500 is down 17 points. KDK Radio News Time is 1:32. Our next update is at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, and the voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio, KDKA.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hello, this is Sarah Botkin of Botkin Family Wealth Management. I work alongside my father, Les, and my brother, Lester. As long as I can remember, Lester and I have had a great relationship. I'm older, and ever since we were little, Lester wanted to hang out with me. So much so that one time he even let me curl his hair. As we reached adulthood, we remained close. In the late 90s, I was living in New York City, where I was mugged twice. Convinced I had to move, Lester drove up to transfer me and my belongings from Brooklyn to Queens. Twice, he drove up just to spend New Year's with me. And that's how Lester is. Kind, generous, and loving. And he's pretty smart, too. He's a chartered financial analyst in our firm. Dad and I are certified financial planners. We develop plans with your best interest in mind, keeping in touch to review and revise as necessary. Visit BotkinFamilyWealth.com to learn more about us. That's BotkinFamilyWealth.com. BOTKIN.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be warm and humid with clouds and some hazy sun at times, along with a passing shower, the high 81. Partly cloudy tonight, low 65. A mix of sun and clouds and warm tomorrow, high 84. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Why would a guy in financial services pick a fight with the financial industry? Because in many cases, the system they built works more for them than it does for you. Tune in for a new kind of retirement show with Greg Ayler. Now at a new time, Saturdays at 5 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Believe it or not, parents are now getting arrested, and their crime, allowing their children to go outside and play unsupervised. Hi, everybody. McGraw-Millhaven here. We'll talk about that, and Matt Wolf is going to be along, our entertainment guru, to give us all the news on the hot new streaming shows to watch. It's America at Night with me, McGraw-Millhaven, right here. Tonight at 10 on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
We're live in at Schultz Ford, and it's raining, and they've had a hell of a day. Gathering up nearly 10,000 backpacks for kids all over the region. And it's a magnificent thing to watch, the kindness and generosity. See that young man who has Collins Elves, and they have been raising money and donating and making a difference for years. And he's still in high school. It's amazing. I'm going to play a little sound if I can. This just happened, and this is going back to where we started the show with the restaurant owner downtown. And this is the sort of thing that they're messing with every single day. Downtown Pittsburgh. Listen, listen. Okay, so what that is there's these mentally ill folks that are homeless and drug addicted and alcohol addicted that cause major problems downtown every single day. And that guy, and this is the dynamic of working and living downtown, which is why I get irritated when I'm told, and the mayor says downtown is kicking ass. Maybe so, sir. But there still is this issue with what we're seeing downtown. And that just happened. That guy, and I have a picture of him in handcuffs. Great work by the cops to show up and do this. That guy was at KDKA TV, downtown Gateway, trying to break in or get in 3 days ago. They arrest him. Shocking. He's out of jail. Shocking. He's back again trying to break into KDKA TV again. And my wife works there. I'm sitting there thinking, Here we go again with these nut jobs trying to break into the television station. And it's no damn different than the video we posted this morning from 6th Avenue with my man's restaurant with the homeless guy walks into the restaurant, steals the tip jar, and runs out. And then does that, and the owner, who's about ready to quit, because this has happened a lot, sends the video, which we have posted on social, to the cops, and then calls the cops and says, the guy is back here hanging out in front of my restaurant, and the cop says to him, you're allowed to hang out. Okay. You're not allowed to commit a felony and rob a restaurant. At some point, someone is going to have to admit downtown is broken. Still, you can open all the damn restaurants you want. You can tell me how wonderful it is all you want. Let's go back to Penn Avenue. At the beginning of the week, one of our engineers, Ron, literally pulls up on his e-bike right in the heart of downtown. He steps off of the e-bike and goes into a 7-Eleven, 15 seconds. His $3,000 e-bike is gone. Now, blame him all you want. Call him the bad guy. Say he's irresponsible, should have locked up his bike. Or, I just gave you 3 very specific incidents downtown that are happening over and over again. And it's annoying as hell, and it's aggravating as hell. And I'm only commenting on the mayor because he made a post on social media this morning that downtown is amazing. Maybe your corner of downtown is amazing. Maybe the restaurant that's opening today is amazing. But, Mr. Mayor, until somebody realizes that every single business in downtown matters, downtown will not be okay. The owner of Con Alma, it's a jazz club downtown. He called me and said, we're not going to make it. I said, why? Homeless people, breaking our furniture, breaking our planters, harassing our customers. So now there's 4 examples. At some point, we're going to have to accept reality. The public restrooms downtown, there aren't any. You know why? Because they're boarded up. You know why? Because homeless folks and drunks and drug-addicted folks broke into them and destroyed them. So instead of addressing that problem, the city boarded them up. So now they're gone. Patrick, you're listening, aren't you? Can you jump in here?
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen this over and over again.
Patrick, that BS with that guy stealing that tip jar, some jagoff posts, these restaurants should lock down their tip jars. This has nothing to do with locking down the tip jar, does it, sir? Not at all.
No, it doesn't. No, it's the people who have no regard for other people that just they just walk in and take him. That's awful. That's stealing from those employees who are working their butts off in there.
And it intimidates and scares all the customers. They don't want to go in there. Why would
No,
they?
because if someone's going to run in there and steal from the restaurant, what's going to stop them from stealing from you? We've seen people attacked downtown before by panhandlers who won't take no for an answer.
Yeah, so the notion that downtown's great is just not true. Hey, that stuff that's just happening right now at KDKA TV is scary as hell. Is it not, sir? Isn't it?
It is. It absolutely is. You never know when someone violent is going to come, try and get in.
Right.
We've seen that happen before. We've had people stopped with guns. We've had people stopped with knives. And now we've got repeat offenders doing it over and over again.
And this This nut job was arrested 2 days ago downtown at the TV station. What does that tell you, Patrick? He went in, they processed him, and now he's out. And he went back to the scene of the crime, and he's trying again. That is not
rinse and repeat. No.
Right on. And by the way, we have friends that work there, young women that work there, young men that work there, and they have to deal with this on a daily friggin' basis. And it's BS. And it gets old, man. It gets old. The whole downtown saga that's wonderful is a lie. They can open all the damn restaurants they want, but until they fix this issue, brother, downtown wouldn't be a place I would set up a business. Would you? Would you, sir?
No. The positive is not there right now. We need to get these things under control if we're going to bring our businesses back. There are bright spots, sure, but there's a lot of ground, and it creeps in.
Update. The ice cream truck came. It was broken. They towed it in here. Literally, Bazzy's mechanics went out under the ice cream truck and fixed it. They pulled up their ladder and drove away. It ruins my entire day. My plan was finish the show, get some ice cream. The ice cream truck is gone, Patrick. And that's all I have to say about that.
But Bazzy's people saved the day again.
They fixed the truck while I was here in the parking lot. And as soon as it was fixed, my man grabbed his little ladder and drove away. Should have left it broken until we all got ice cream. I'm just saying. All right, folks, we'll be right back.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Your line just went down. Production stopped. A supervisor wants answers. And someone's digging through a binder for the maintenance history. Every one of those minutes costs money. And most of the time, that breakdown could have been prevented. That's where Maintain X comes in. Maintain X catches the failure before it happens. Preventive maintenance plans on every key asset to improve reliability. Work orders assigned and tracked right from your phone. Everyone from the floor to the front office is in the loop. Real-time dashboards give managers instant visibility into what's been completed, what's overdue, and where the bottlenecks are. No more guesswork. Just a smarter, faster maintenance operation. Companies on Maintain X have cut unplanned downtime by over 30% and saved thousands on parts and labor every year. See what it can do for your operation. Try Maintain X free at maintainx.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Drink up, baby. Fantasy Football Happy Hour is here to get you wins and have some laughs. Matthew Berry here, and my podcast, Fantasy Football Happy Hour, has the sleepers, busts, and start-sit advice you need to win your league. We're diving into the tape, we're crunching the numbers to bring you sleepers, busts, weekly start-sit advice. Whether you're defending a title or desperately avoiding last place, I've got you covered every single weekday. The bar is open. It's Fantasy Football Happy Hour with Matthew Berry, wherever you get your podcasts.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Selling your home shouldn't be stressful or take months to do. At Homebuyers of Pittsburgh, you skip the showings and repairs and get right to the closing table. For a quick, fair cash offer, visit homebuyersoftpittsburgh.com or call 412-500-9057. That's 412-500-9057.
Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States. So when it comes to your heart, there's no room for compromise. At UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute, innovation, technology, and world-class expertise come together to treat the most complex heart cases, redefining what's possible for patients who need it most. Getting your heart checked can save your life. Schedule your appointment with the region's leader at upmc.com/heart.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Surprise. Wait, do I know you? You use your Discover Cashback card to earn 5% cashback on restaurants all quarter. Yeah. Now, it's payback time.
Whoa, hold on.
Go ahead.
Oh, you mean my Discover Cashback.
I told you there'd be payback.
You know, you have a weird way of delivering good news.
I'm working on that.
Activate and earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases.
Terms apply. See discover.com/5 for details.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Post and Shell announced co-chairs of its firm-wide workers' compensation department following the retirement of the practice's longtime leader, and one is the managing partner of the law firm's downtown Pittsburgh office. Stephen Bloomberg and Oliver Olander III now lead the department. Bloomberg is based in Post and Shell's downtown Pittsburgh office and has been its managing partner since 2019. Overlander is based in the Lancaster office. They succeed Patrick Cusick, who had previously served as vice chairs of the department, which is one of the Post and Shell's longest-standing practice areas. Also, downtown sushi restaurant Okana has expanded to operate on 3 floors. Okana first quietly opened on the 2nd floor of the former Harris Grill space at 245 4th Avenue at the beginning of this year. Now the space is expanded to feature 3 floors with 3 distinct concepts. Its first floor houses the Sweet Spot, offering coffee, matcha, and desserts, and its 2nd floor housing the more traditional sushi experience, and the rooftop sporting a bar and a blend of traditional sushi and more Americanized sushi offerings, including sushi tacos. The restaurant, which will celebrate a grand opening on August 15th, is the latest concept debuted by the Opal Group. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Two really big things happened. The ice cream truck left. Josh, did you get any of that ice cream?
No.
See what I'm saying?
No, I didn't.
You got jacked on the ice cream.
Well, I ate 4 Nancy B's cookies, so I'm fine. I'll survive.
Did you taste the peanut butter in them?
Yeah.
That's the secret.
I think it's that they're an inch thick and they're not baked all the way. If you're lucky. Those are the best ones. Oh, man. You can't beat them.
So he brought 4 boxes of them to my show last week while they were warm. I knew my kids would love them, and I rushed them home. And my son is allergic to peanuts. I had forgotten about the peanut butter, and I don't eat the cookies because it's like eating a hubcap.
Nice one, Dad.
They're so big. And my son says, Dad, I smell peanut butter. I tried to kill my son last Friday, but they're wonderful cookies.
It's a good way to end that story. But they're wonderful cookies.
We got jacked on the ice cream truck, though. He came in here broken down, right?
Yeah.
Bazzy's people fixed it. He served 2 scoops of ice cream.
Well,
and
you know
he took
what must
off,
have
bro.
happened? There must have been an ice cream emergency somewhere.
It melted.
I thought we were the ice cream emergency.
It melted, bro. All right. How many backpacks we cooking with here?
I just got the count from Kiki. We're currently sitting at 7,024.
That's unbelievable.
7,024. That's almost more than triple last year.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And that's not counting. We had the full van leave with school supplies that has to come back because we have another full van's worth of school supplies staged and ready to go. So we'll have 2 full vans. That's 150 rent-a-crates worth of school supplies.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's going to, the 7,000 backpacks is great. The value on those school supplies is going to be astronomical.
How do you distribute them?
So we distribute them throughout the 8-county region in southwestern PA.
But how?
A free shopping center over near the West End. So in your mind's eye, if IKEA and Aldi had a baby, out pops TEP. It's just big.
Where, though?
Pallets. It's right off of Corliss Street.
Okay, I got you.
Carson Street and Corliss Street tunnel right there. Yeah, it's on Corliss Street. We're the only thing there. But it's a 28,000 square foot facility, warehouse, and big free shopping center. We'll see 10,000 teachers through the building.
Josh Whiteside, the Education Partnership. 10,000 teachers?
At least. Yeah. There's 100 teachers today.
Wow.
Coming through TEP, getting ready for the school year.
That's a lot of responsibility on you.
I think the responsibility falls on the community, but I get to run it, which is great.
Wow. And the fact that you tripled the number from last year suggests that people do give a damn, even though sometimes we think they don't.
This is Pittsburgh.
Right?
This is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh people care.
And then they don't.
Pittsburgh people care at scale, at the meta level.
Yep.
Twice as much as any other city in the country.
Yeah, I lived in L.A. and Dallas and New York. And
you compare to those cities. 8X. We 8X those cities. We might 2X like a caring city. But still more than any other city.
They barely look up from the valet or the private jet.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
We couldn't do TEP in L.A. This wouldn't work in L.A.
No.
Somebody could do it. I wouldn't do it.
No. You ended up choking someone.
Yeah, not for me.
People are so cool in this town. A guy who I cannot name because he wants to be anonymous. Because we do this Get Marty thing all year long. We help people. We get people stair lifts and cars and furnaces and roofs. And we're going to start a fund to do exactly what you said. Fill in the gaps. Because there are thousands of people that can't fill in the gaps. You know what I'm saying?
This is such a Pittsburgh thing. I love this. I love that there's just 2 guys out there that are just going to figure out how to do this. Now, maybe it's playing it down, just saying it's just 2 guys. Maybe
No. What you're saying is wonderful.
It's the fact that is a conversation that people have, that people think about. They're just like, I don't want people in my city to not have chairlifts.
It's true.
But that's a Yinzer thing. They're like, oh, we're going to fix that. You're driving down the street and you're like, that handrail's been broken for 3 months. I'm going to call my cousin Vinny. We're going to go get that. We're going to fix that handrail for that lady.
It's crazy town. And I love all of it.
It's the best.
All right, man. Congrats. Hey, folks, they're taking donations until when? 5.
We'll be here till 5 p.m. in this parking lot.
What
right
time
here.
did you get here this morning?
5:30.
Wow, are you beat?
No.
You're beat, man. You're worn out. You're dusted.
My kids tire me out. This is easy.
This is easy. Thank you, folks, for everything. Take it easy. Have a great weekend.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader at home.